Estate Tools Boot Camp brought to you by LAER Realty. This is a 3-hour program where we're going to do a deep dive into tools, training, technology. Now, I could see we have a great mix of agents on here today. We have lots of LAER agents, but we also have lots of agents that are not LAER agents. And I want you to rest assured you are going to get as much out of today's program as our LAER agents. One of the things that we're really proud of at LAER is we really don't password protect. I mean, we give you so much great marketing pieces, tools, training, technology, and we open it up. Our goal is to help every real estate agent achieve the best version of themselves. So you do not need to be a LAER agent to take advantage of the great tools, training, and technology. Of course, if you like everything that you hear today and you want to inquire about LAER, we'll tell you how to do that. But nonetheless, you will get great information today, no matter what. So welcome to LAER Realty's Boot Camp. As I mentioned, we have about 3 hours of content. I always try to end it a little bit early, but usually we go right up until noon. The first thing I like to stress is it is going to be a fire hose of information. So first of all, you will definitely need like a pen and paper or something to write down some notes throughout today's program, and set an intention very early in the program to write down the things that you're going to execute on. We always start our sales meetings each month and we say knowledge is not power, execution is power. So while we're super grateful that you're going to spend the next few hours learning all kinds of great tools for your business, we don't want you to get so overwhelmed that you do nothing with the information you're going to learn. So it's very important to write out everything. And I would say just set an intention, maybe of 5 things that you're going to leave today and go work on. So as you go through the program, and I'll point out some things that I think should be on your list of top 5 things to go work on in your business. But that's basically it. That's your goal today. You're going to get way more than that, but write down the 5 things. So by the end of today's program, you should have 5 things that those are what you're going to go execute on. Now, the good news is, first of all, we record this. So you can watch this inside our ROAR group, and we keep it live all month as well. We post it to YouTube at youtube.com/LAER, LAER training, youtube.com/LAER training. So you can go watch a rerun of it. So let's say you write down the 5 things that you're going to go work on. And then 3 weeks into June, you've completed all of the items. You can just come back and rewatch and say, okay, I'm going to go get 5 more items, and then come back, watch the program, fast forward to the areas that you're most interested in, and then go execute on those items. So the training program, you get a lot out of it by doing the live training program, because you can feel free to ask us questions throughout the program, but it will be recorded and you can go watch it at your leisure throughout the month. So with that, I want to just give you a little background on LAER Realty, 60-second elevator speech. We are an independent real estate brokerage. We have about 800 real estate agents throughout New England and Florida, and growing. And we are 9 years old. So we started the brokerage 9 years ago. As I mentioned, our goal is to help every agent become the best version of themselves. What's really interesting about the real estate industry in general is this industry has very low success rates. 87% of people who get licensed are already out of the business 3 years later. So we wanted to create a mechanism so that agents would have every opportunity to thrive in the business. In our opinion, the reason why so many people are already out of the business 3 years later, it's because either they lacked direction, they didn't know, like, as an entrepreneur, You don't know what to work on when you wake up every day. So oftentimes agents lack direction. So we want to give direction and lots of training, so you know what things you have to work on in your business. But also we wanted to create a mechanism that when agents need help, they had resources, people that they could reach out to get all that done. So those are the two main things. We'll go through all the different stuff we create for real estate agents so that you don't really get bogged down. It's super easy in this business to get bogged down in like creating marketing pieces and listing presentations and buyer presentations and your social media marketing pieces. It's super easy to get lost in all of that. And we create it all for you. And I'm going to show you where you can find it all today so that really you don't ever have to create anything. We have created 100% of what you need to be successful. You just have to get out there and execute every day, get in front of buyers and sellers, etc. So we're 9 years old. We're independent brokerage. We're growing throughout New England, Florida, and beyond. And one of the things that makes us really proud is we are one of the largest real estate brokerages in the country, even though we're independent, which is super rare. When you look at top 500 real estate brokerages across the country, most of them are parts of, they're either huge corporate entities, publicly traded, or big franchises. And we are none of those. We are small, but we are fierce. Where we got our name from, LAER. When we started the company, we told our branding agency before we even had a name, our goal is to help agents become the best versions of themselves. We're going to go out and attract and build great agents. And the branding agency asked, what makes a great real estate agent? And we said the best agents are strong. They're negotiators of difficult terrain, because really, if you want to know what it takes to be great in real estate, you have to be really good at overcoming obstacles, because every single day is an obstacle course in this business. And then last, the best agents are true protectors of their clients. The paycheck comes last. Like, they're just focused on helping people buy and sell real estate, educating people. So at the time, the branding agency we hired said, go put all those words into a Google search, strong, protector, negotiator, and see what comes up. And a lion came up in our search. So we said, that's it. We're going to build our brand around the lions of real estate. In the jungle, lions hang out in lairs. In the real estate world, the lions of real estate are at LAER. We changed the spelling of LAER because ours is the mirror image of real, since we're in the real estate business. And then we created the acronym Local Agents Extraordinary Results. So I tell people, sometimes you see a lion statue in front of a home or in front of a walkway. That is because the lion is a symbol of protection for that home. We look at it that there is a bigger symbol of protection for real estate across New England and Florida, and that is our LAER for sale sign. So that's just a little background on us. And with that, we're going to dig into our boot camp and start sharing some great resources and tools. Now, first, what you are looking at here is our LAER program and services guide. Where you can get this guide is LAER Realty, LAER Realty.com/success tools. If you go to laerrealty.com/success tools, you will see this program and services guide. It's roughly a 30-page guide. Our agents use it as just a resource to know what tools, training, and technology they have access to on a daily basis in their business. If you go to laerrealty.com/success tools, you can either look at it, you'll see it live pop up on the screen, but also if you scroll to the bottom of that page, you can also click on it and download a PDF version of it. So the PDF version is kind of cool for a few reasons. Number one, you can print it and take notes throughout the program, which is kind of nice. So you can highlight the things that are most interesting to you. But also there's lots of hyperlinks built into these pages. So we wanted to create it so each page was a tool or a resource that agents have for their business, and then give you little links of where you can take training classes or learn more information about that tool so that you can really utilize it in your business. So laerrealty.com/success tools. Now, the first few pages of this booklet, you'll just see are our LAER cultural values. There's 30 cultural values. We put these out because I always tell real estate agents, if you're considering joining a brokerage, it is a good idea to just make sure your values align with the values of the brokerage that you are going to, so that you know that you'll fit there, that you're going to be there for quite some time. So we try to make it easy for agents to decide on their own if we're a good fit for them. So we put out all of our cultural values so agents can review those. Now, once you get past that, once you get past the cultural values pages, which is just a few pages, you will then end up at the tools. So every page from here to the end of the program is a tool or a resource that you have for your business. And so we're going to start with the biggest tool, the number one tool that we recommend every agent, whether you're a LAER agent or not. This has got to be like bookmarked. In my opinion, it's a page you need to be going to every single day. And that is our LAER Agent Services dashboard. So if you go to the LAER Agent Services dashboard, this is a whole bunch of free resources that you have for your business. And that is for any agent. One thing that makes us different and unique as compared to other brokerages is you're not going to have to type in a password to get to any of these pieces. Everything is open to everybody. Our goal is to help every agent become the best version of themselves. So we're going to go through some of this, but it's laeragentservices.com. It is changing every single month. We add new stuff. We look at, like, we obsess over this page as far as our staff meetings every month to see, like, what could be confusing to somebody. How can we better organize it? What piece are we missing? What do we have to take off? So, because it's not adding enough value. There's so much stuff on here. But what you'll see is literally every month, if you were on last month's boot camp, and now you're on this month's boot camp, I promise you there's like 3 or 4 things that have been added since last month. So every month it changes. So right at the top of the page, there's just some little tabs. All of these tabs take you down to the bottom of the page, but a couple things that I want to point out right away is, first of all, there's a little link here for LAER news. If you are a LAER agent, we send this out once a month. We sent it out this week, but highly encourage agents to check out our internal company newsletter. This goes out once a month, and so it just gives you an idea of everything happening within the brokerage. So this is the main newsletter. And what you'll see is, like, we have a section on technology, a section on sustainability. There's always like a section just telling you what's happening with your fellow peers at LAER. So if there's been a death or a new baby or a wedding or a graduation, it's all going to go under that section. So you can just know what's happening. We do movie recommendations, book recommendations. I don't know if you saw this, Craig. I wrote this on my own, which forced me to do research, the difference between a loan and a solar loan versus the power purchase agreement. It was very interesting doing the research.
We're dealing with that right now with a transaction with Sarah London. I'm trying to help her out with that.
That's actually what got me started with it. I saw the emails going back and forth over this pretty big issue. I'm like, holy cow, there's like this buyer has a $60,000 problem because of, I think it is a power purchase agreement, correct?
No, it's a solar loan that is with Mosaic. There's, I mean, there's a whole background to this. We would just bore people with it, but it's a, you know, we're trying to keep this deal together and save it. You know, that's part of my job here, Stacey, is to help our agents out when they run into sticky situations like this. So
absolutely,
we're trying to solve the problem, definitely.
Absolutely. And then on the back of so every month the newsletter changes. Just want to stress, we make sure our happy agent hosts at each of our offices put these right at the front desk. So if you happen to go visit one of the offices, you can just grab a newsletter and read it. But we also email it out to you. Highly recommend just to read it. It's a quick read. It's kind of fun. And it's packed with information. So like little tech tricks, stuff like that. So highly recommend that you check out our newsletter once a month. The next section is just agents joining. So you guys know who most recently joined the brokerage. So you can give them a little welcome. And then down at the bottom, this is all the resources. So to start with, here's the program and services guide. If you click on that, you're going to see the guide we just came over from, the booklet. Then if you're a new agent as well, we created this section of frequently asked questions. By the way, we'll go through this in a few minutes, but anytime you have a question, just email happyagent@laerrealty.com. Our team can just answer it for you. But let's just say you have a quick question about finding something. You can always go to frequently asked questions. We took the 300 most frequently asked questions and we put them there, and it's a nice, easy way to search up stuff if you get stuck or have a quick question. And then this section here is Tell the World, and this is all like social media. It's basically, how do you announce when you join a company? So we have some different letters, social media pieces, things like that for you to make an announcement about being with LAER. Down here, marketing, branding, and presentations. This is massive. Literally, there's tens of thousands of dollars worth of marketing resources here. Our entire company is built off of Canva. Canva is a very easy to use marketing platform. Many of you use it already. Many of you have used it for many years. Couple things I just want to state about Canva. First, there's a free version and there's an upgraded version, their pro version. The free version is great, and by all means, if money is tight, you can definitely get by with the free version. The upgraded version is what we use as a brokerage. The reason for that is we use it because of stock images. So when we're building out like a postcard or a listing presentation or a buyer presentation, we want to have great stock images, like beautiful interiors of houses and exteriors of houses. And if you have the upgraded version of Canva, which is $12.95 a month, if you have the upgraded version of it, you get way more stock images than you do in the free version. Now, all I will say about that is, so if you are using the free version of Canva, because on today's program, literally, you're going to see hundreds of marketing pieces that you can use regardless of what brokerage you're at. Does not matter. You can download these pieces and begin customizing them to yourself. Can you use our resources if you have the free version of Canva? And the answer is absolutely yes. The one caveat is occasionally when you open one of our Canva templates, let's just say it's a seller guide. You want to see our seller guide. You open the seller guide, it's like a 15-page guide to selling your home. If you are using the free version, occasionally you're going to come upon a photo embedded within the document that's going to have a big X on it. The reason it has an X is because we used the pro version of Canva and you were on the free version of Canva. This does not mean you can't use the document. You can 100% still use the seller guide, the listing presentation, whatever you're working on, but you'll have to change out the photo. So if you don't have the paid version of Canva, you would just click on the photo and upload your own photo. So an interior house photo that you have, for example. So that's really the big difference that you'll see is if you're using the free version with all of our marketing pieces, you're occasionally going to have to flip out like a stock image photo. But beyond that, the Canva, the paid version of Canva also has some other cool stuff for agents. Like you can schedule out all of your social media posts, which is really cool. So I highly recommend, and I don't say this lightly, I don't recommend that agents spend tons of money in your real estate business because it's very easy to spend a lot of money. There's all kinds of bells and whistles, but I definitely do recommend the higher version or the pro version of Canva because we're in the marketing business. So it's just going to make it easier for you to market yourself and real estate. So now we're under marketing, branding, and presentations. We're going to click on guides, presentations, and brochures. And this is tons of stuff. So right when you get here, it's going to kind of just give you everything, all kinds of stuff. So let's go down. I'll show you a few. By the way, you can sort all this. So if I just wanted like a brochure, I can just click on brochures and it's just going to give me brochures. If I just want presentations, it's just going to give me presentations. Couple things that I highly recommend that agents check out. First of all, there's a listing presentation on here. So if you open this listing presentation, again, this is a LAER listing presentation, but anybody can open this and begin customizing it. So you could just switch out your logos and stuff and customize it to you. But first of all, one of the things we tell agents is that when at the beginning of the year, like as you're organizing your business, you should have buyer packets, seller packets, and investor packages. And everything you need for those packages is right on this page. So for example, there's a guide, a LAER agent seller guide. If I click on that, it's opening as a template. So this is opening in Canva. So open it. Now I can use the template. In case you've never used Canva, when you open it in a template, it's all yours now. Once you open it, it's now your version of that template. So you can go in and make changes. It does not affect our copy. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I shouldn't go in and change something here because then it's the next person's gonna see all my stuff. That's not how Canva works. Basically, it copies our whole seller guide over to you when you open it. So you can make your changes and now that guide is yours. So you can save it as a PDF and print it. So any of the guides we have, and we have a few of them, we have a buyer guide, seller guide, investor guide, so, and then also an expired listing guide. Those guides, in my opinion, should all be printed. If you're a LAER agent, you could print at any of our 40+ office locations for free, but these should be printed and bound. So all of our offices do have the binding equipment, so you can have like a nice bound booklet for each of these. So this is the guide to selling your home. And you basically, every single real estate agent has to go in and do some customization. Basically, what we've done is taken out 95% of the work for you, because it would take an average person probably at least a half a day to create this document. we took all the work out of it for you. So you do have to go in and like change the last page and put your name and contact info. You definitely have to go right at the beginning. There's a section with a little area for you to do your bio and your professional photo. So you definitely have to do a little bit of work on every piece of marketing material in here. But it's very minimal. It's basically adding your picture, your contact information, your bio, your logo, if you have one. All of it is done. We have, like I said, this is a expired listing. If you're going after expireds, this is kind of a cool little booklet to customize, so you can go hand them out at a local expired listing. So this particular booklet is, let's see, 9 pages, so a little booklet. You basically have to go to the very back of this one and customize it, but it's called "How Come My Home Didn't Sell, Now What?" So all of these are ready for you to customize, and there's tons of pieces. Let's see what else we can find in here. Let's see. We'll go from the top. If you are a LAER agent, we went live this week with our new Boost by HomeSpotter program. That's where every new listing that comes through LAER, we're automatically paying for 7 days of paid advertising on Facebook, Instagram, and hundreds of other sites. Right here is just a flyer for that. So you can open that. And now that's just a flyer I would add into my seller package. So I didn't include it in my seller presentation and my seller package. This one here, this one's kind of cool. This one's the selling your home, but we also have one for buying your home. And basically it's, oops, my thing got stuck. It didn't like me going on. This one, I'm going to see why that didn't work. We'll have to have Sergio check on that link. Let's go back down to this one. So this is like a Monopoly board piece. We have one for buying and one for selling. And it looks like a little Monopoly board, and it shows you all of the pieces to buying a house. And again, super easy to customize. You go in and change your photo, your contact information, and it gives you like just a cool little flyer. I think that's a cool flyer to have out at an open house, in addition to all of your other stuff that you're going to have at an open house. Put it in your buyer package. The seller, we have the same exact piece for a seller, but I don't know why that link's not working. So I'll have Sergio fix that when he gets back. And let's see what else we have. Trusted vendor list. So many of you have been attending the Algorwin class, which we'll go over in a few minutes, but a big piece of the Algorwin program is building your business around vendors. So not only your personal vendors that you work with in real estate, like mortgage, title, insurance, stuff like that, but building your business around all the vendors that are in your local community, from landscapers, painters, house cleaners, handymen, plumbers, you name it. So this is a nice little piece where you can go in and customize and begin building your vendor list. Let's see what else. The best way to learn all this is kind of just start playing with it. Let's see. Oh, I love this local guide. This one's really cool for open houses as well. So this one, all of this is meant to be customized. Like the way when you open it, it says a locals guide, top 10 to explore in the Boston area. This is meant to be changed out. So let's just say you do business in Delray Beach, Florida. Then you would say a locals guide, top 10 to explore in Delray Beach area. And then you would pick your number one, the farmer's market, best coffee shop, best breakfast, local boutiques. So what's cool about this is another way to connect with your community. So these are great for open houses, your buyer packages, your seller packages, but also I would leave these. If you go, say you feature your favorite coffee shop, I would bring a small stack of these to the local coffee shop and let them know that they've been featured and ask if you could leave some of them out at the coffee shop. So just another cool piece. Let's see. And again, there's a sorting feature at the top here, so you can sort this a little better. Just like I showed you guys the seller's guide, a home seller's guide, we have a wonderful buyer's guide. This is meant to be customized, but again, customizing it is like a 5 to 10 minute process of uploading your photo and your contact information. So this buyer's guide talks all about buying a house. It's 16 pages long. So I would do the customization. You could change out anything from logos to pictures, add your bio, print it, bind it, and now you add it to your buyer package. We also have one for investing, a real estate investor's guide, and same thing, customize this. So hopefully you guys, even if you were to leave the program right now and we're not even 1 hour in, you already have literally hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of marketing and branding content right here. So the investor guide, you could change 100% of this. You can change out. This one's 11 pages long. You can change out anything you want. So if you wanted to add your own thoughts about investing in real estate, you could add a page or delete a page, whatever you want. Let's see. If you're a LAER agent, we also put a LAER brochure here. When we teach the Algorwin class, we tell you to have a buyer package, a seller package, an investor package, and print like 10 to 20 of each of them and have them already in the folders. And we say you should have a brochure that just talks about your brokerage. If you're a LAER agent, we do have a 4-page brochure right here. This can be customized, so you can add your picture and your contact information. So a little 4-page brochure there. And that's, a marketing plan. This is another piece. When you go on your listing presentation, hopefully you're doing a listing presentation. We give you one. So one of the pieces I just showed you is an actual listing presentation. Hopefully you have a seller packet that you can leave behind. Hopefully you do a market analysis. And then also you should have a marketing plan. So we created a 20-point marketing plan. You can customize it, but it's so that you're handing the seller, like, these are the things I'm going to do to market the property. So all of these pieces, every single one is in Canva, and they're under marketing, branding, and presentations. And then we went to guides, presentations, brochures. Done. Next, let's talk about your social media for a second. Now, if you are a LAER agent, every Monday, you should be receiving a text with all of your social media pieces. So if you are not receiving this text, it's a link with your social media pieces for the week. And it's basically between 7 and 14 social media pieces for that week. Please email happyagent@laerrealty.com so we can look into why you're not receiving it. 100% of our LAER agents should have all of that received. You should never have to come up with your own social media content at LAER. But also you can always go here and you can see everything. So we text you the weekly social media pieces each week. The reason we do that, it just makes it super easy for you to share right from your phone to your Facebook or to your Instagram. But you can also go here and get the entire month's worth of social media. So the reason we do this, we do text them to you every Monday, just 1 week's worth of content to make it very easy to share from your phone. But also we do have many agents that like to schedule out like a month's worth of social media content. So you can go to June You just click on that link for the monthly social media content, and it gives you the whole month of content that we're going to be sharing with you. As you can see, as you go through this, just like when you receive the text, first of all, you could sort stuff. So you'll see some of it is, maybe you just want a new Facebook banner. You just click on that and it's going to just sort out and just give you the banners. Maybe you just want Instagram and Facebook stories, which are formatted differently. You can do that. Posts about for buyers and sellers. So basically you can go through. Now, a couple things that I want to point out is that when you look at these social media posts, and we'll have Sergio do a little tutorial on this in a little while, 3 things for you to know about your social media stuff that you're receiving is, let's just say you want to use this piece, what to do before moving into your new home. One thing you can do is just download the image. So this is typically what agents do if they are on the road. They just received it on their text, a text message from our marketing department. It's Monday morning. You got the social media text. You download the image to your phone. Now you can share it right to your social media. So if you hover over the image that you want, you can just download the image. Part 2, what do I write for when I'm sharing it? Do I have to come up with my own verbiage on what I have to write to go with the post? No, we wrote that for you too. You just press copy text and then you copy it and then paste it onto your social media. And we use emojis and stuff like that. So you basically copy all of the text. You don't have to do anything. The other piece, we give you the Canva template for the piece. The reason we give you the Canva template is if you want to change something on the image. So here's the image, but let's just say you wanted your name and phone number on the image. You can just click on the Canva template and go do further customization. Now, don't get caught up in stuff like, I don't think it's necessary that you do tons of customization to these pieces. If you're sharing to your social media, the person already is on your social media, so you don't have to go crazy branding every single piece. You want this to be as simple as possible. That's why, it's totally fine if all you do is on Mondays when you get the text, go share some of those onto your social media. But you can get all of the weekly social media assistant pieces are at this link. Special marketing requests. If you are a LAER agent, let's just say that there's, first of all, on every new listing, if you're a LAER agent, we automatically send you a marketing bundle when you get a new listing. You do not have to request that. It's automatically going to happen. Our marketing team pulls from MLS multiple times a day to see what new listings we have at LAER. Once they see there's a new listing, they automatically create all of your marketing pieces for the listing. A brochure for your listing, plus all of your social media pieces. Everything you need is created for you and emailed to you. But oftentimes agents want other marketing pieces that we have not already put on LAER Agent Services, and which are above and beyond what they're getting for the their marketing bundle. So let's say you want help creating a marketing piece. You want our marketing team to create it for you. We created this little page where you just fill out a request on what you need created. That immediately goes over to our marketing team and they create it for you. So that's like a special marketing request. The biggest request we get from special marketing requests is market update. So if you go back there for a second, let's just say you're in the Drake, Massachusetts area and you want to know, you want to post a report to social media letting people know what's happening in the Drake, Massachusetts market. You would do a market update report. And basically you fill that out. It's going to, as soon as you hit that, it's going to ask you what town or what county you want. And that goes over to the marketing department. You don't have to give us the information. They know how to research it and get like all the information to create you a little image that you could share. So next, we're still under marketing, branding, and presentations. Next, this is brand new. This was not here last month. So open house resources. So most of this is new. If you had clicked on this a month ago, you would have found these two links. But as you could see, we went crazy adding tons more stuff. So what you would have seen last month, if you are on the boot camp, is these two buttons. Number one, if you're a LAER agent and you need an agent to cover an open house for you, you have 10 listings. If you have 10 listings, by the way, you're super lucky because so few people have any listings right now. But let's just say you have a bunch of listings and you need somebody to do an open house for you this weekend. You just go to this open house coverage request. You put your name, your email, the address of the open house, the property price, what your preferences are for the open house. And then you select which LAER offices you want notified. So do you want like any of these offices? You want to pick Cape and Islands, New Hampshire, Florida. You pick which offices you want to notify. A bulk email goes out to those agents saying, hey, we have an agent that needs somebody to cover their open house. Also, we have a broker open house notification, very similar, except if you're doing a broker open house at LAER, we want to make sure our agents show up and support you. So fill out this form, tell us all about your broker open house, give us a picture of the property, dates, times, is there going to be food there? And then you pick which offices you would like to notify. So you pick the office, and then as soon as you press submit your broker open house, an email goes out to all of the agents in the offices you've selected so that you get open house people coming to your broker open house. So those have been part of our LAER agent services forever, but we did add in the last 30 days a bunch of new stuff. So we have open house sign-in sheets, welcome signs, little interior signs. So say you want to put little signs around the property to let people know stuff. Maybe you want to have people fill out a feedback form. We've got it all here. So like the welcome sign, let's just click. Most of these will open in Canva so you can customize. Like this one says, welcome to our open house. Please be sure to sign in. And that's something cool that you can, I've seen this. I've stopped by an open house last weekend of one of our agents, and they were using this. They just had it in like a little black frame right by the sign-in sheet and just saying, thanks for stopping by. So there's lots of little cute signs and stuff. Also, we have open house marketing and branding. One is an open house thank you text. This is a little image that you save to your phone, and you'd put like a picture of the house on there. We'll click on it so you can see it. You customize this, and basically the idea of it is that as people come through your open house, you text them in between breaks. And you have a few pictures of the house, your picture and your contact information, and then you text it after the open house saying, thanks for coming to my open house. So it's almost like texting a little business card. And we have like cool little pop by tags. So like, and they're for popcorn. So if you want to give away like an inexpensive little gift at your open house, we have this, little thanks for popping by tag, and you print those and put them like on popcorn, like microwave popcorn, and have it as a little thank you for coming by. So that's all under the open house section. By the way, we have tons of pop by tags. I'll show you where you can get those in a minute. One other thing, we created a little section of activity sheets for kids. If you're doing open houses, I think it's a good idea to have like a little area of stuff for kids, just to, so if a family comes through and they've got little kids, they can, the parents can focus on the property while the kids have something to do. So we created these little open house kid sheets, activity sheets. So there's like coloring stuff. One, they get to create their own house, a little real estate word search, draw your perfect home, help the homeowner get the keys, like a little maze. So like, just so you can print that stuff out and have a little area for kids at your open house. So all of that's under open house resources. Second thing we've been adding to a ton over the last 30 days. So as a brokerage, we're working to help our agents find different ways to fill in the gap of the 30% differential in business they'll probably do this year. In other words, it is predicted based on what's happening in the market, and we are experiencing this as a brokerage, that most agents are going to do 30% less business this year than they did last year. So as a brokerage, we have an extreme focus on helping agents find ways to make up that 30% differential. And one of the ways to do that is focusing on like niches. We'll have Craig on in a little while to talk about green. Like, now is the perfect time to become a green agent, senior real estate specialist, commercial real estate. So we've been building out this section with all commercial real estate tools. So if you are practicing commercial real estate, we've created a commercial listing presentation / booklet, a commercial offering memorandum. That's kind of like a listing sheet on steroids. We have these spreadsheets, so like valuation spreadsheets for commercial real estate. If you're a LAER agent, we put all our LAER commercial logos here, so they're easy to find. Also, if you are a LAER agent, two things. Number one, join our LAER commercial network. If you click on that button, it's just going to ask you a few questions like your name and email address, and you will be added to our commercial network email list. Every month, we're bringing our commercial agents that have an interest in commercial real estate together to meet. We're bringing in speakers and trainers, stuff like that. So if you want to be on the list to get invited to commercial stuff, just click this button and it'll have you fill it out. That way you'll be on a commercial real estate networking email list to get invited to training and stuff like that. We also created a LAER commercial Facebook group. So if you are interested in doing commercial real estate, you can join that Facebook group and you'll get to see upcoming trainings. We have some cool, really neat trainings coming up for commercial agents. And then we've been working off this really great booklet written by Jeff Wright from Connecticut. He's one of the highest performing commercial agents within the RE/MAX system, and he wrote a fantastic book called Commercial Real Estate Course for Residential Agents. And the course is like $499. You get this massive book, and we've been doing little training classes off of that book. It's fantastic because it's built for a residential agent, and it shows you how to build a commercial real estate business, how to dig into like how to value a property, things like that. So you can learn more about that course right here. It's $499, well worth it. You get this massive manual that you can use for your business as well. So that's our commercial section. That's also under marketing.
Hey, Stacy, can I jump in? Because there's a couple questions. Jackie Harris says, one is, are you planning to come to Jacksonville, Florida? And another is, do you require, as part of the brokerage, certifications like CCIM to be a commercial agent?
So the answer is, first of all, yes, we're going wherever we have agents that want to be part of LAER, 100%. So people always say, where do you think you'll be next? Honestly, I have no idea. Interestingly, we're working right now in the next 2 months, we'll have an office open somewhere around Queechee, Vermont. And if you had asked me a year ago, are we going to be in Queechee, Vermont? No, it wasn't on my list, but we're doing training programs and stuff like that. We had a great group of agents that came along and said, hey, we want a LAER office here. So we're now opening in Queechee, Vermont. So the answer is yes. Jacksonville, Florida, I would love to speak to. Even if for our Jacksonville agent, I would love to, if you could just email happyagent@laerrealty.com, even if you're not interested in LAER, because we always get Jackson agents looking for a Jacksonville agent. What's been super interesting, we've been in Florida now for 2 years. We bought 4 offices out in like Delray Beach, West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, and Wellington. We're also in the process of opening an office in the Naples area. Our biggest expansion plans are for Florida. So for agents in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, you can go almost anywhere and there's a LAER office in that area. We plan on doing the same exact thing in Florida, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine. So those are definitely areas that we're focused on moving into. Second question is, do we require the CCIM? No. Honestly, I think it's a good idea. First of all, I think anything that you're very interested in, I think it is a good idea to get that certification. If it's something that you're very, very, very interested in commercial. So we don't require it because we have lots of agents that aren't sure if they're actually interested in commercial yet. So we're just trying to help you know where the resources are. Hey, if you have a commercial transaction, we'll help you do it. So you can decide, is this something I want to go get my CCIM, or is it like I did one and I'm all set with commercial? So anyways, definitely not a requirement at our company to be a CCIM. Next, we have signs, apparel, and print marketing. A couple things I want to point out. Most of this is for LAER agents. So if you need signs, LAER signs, business cards, you're looking for LAER apparel, all of these links will go right to places that have all the LAER logos and stuff, so you don't have to design anything. But these ones for everybody watching today, if you go to the very bottom of the page, the print marketing section, there's some cool tools I highly recommend for print marketing. First of all, I like to just say I'm not getting paid anything. These companies don't even know that they're on this list. So some companies, some real estate brokerages put stuff out there because they get money if they push stuff. We don't get paid anything. I just happen to think these companies are really good, so we put them out there. Okay, first of all, as a real estate agent, I'm just going to say you should absolutely never, ever, ever, ever sit in your office and send postcards. You should not print postcards at your office. You should not sit at your office and send postcards. For the amount of time it takes you to design, to print, to stick stamps, or to sort it. And then some people are saying, well, now you can do every door direct through the US Post Office. 100% you can, but they have very, very, very specific guidelines on exactly how big the piece can be. Do not mess with any of it. It is a waste of your time because there's so many companies out there that can do all of that for a fraction. It would take you, I just said this to an agent yesterday who sent in to Happy Agent, and she wanted to design a postcard. She wanted our marketing team to design a postcard. So I said to the marketing team, I'm like, design her the postcard, because I don't want her to think I'm telling her information because we don't want to design the postcard. So I said, design her the postcard so she has it. So the marketing team designed the postcard. We then responded back and said, Sandra, here is the postcard that you want designed. And I said, now please do not use it. I said, for the amount of time it is going to take you to get this over to a printer, to make sure it's the right size and dimensions, to sort it if you're going to use like bulk mail, or and to make sure the dimensions are correct for every door direct. I'm like, it's 2 weeks before this postcard gets into the hands of somebody. I'm like, go to Wise Pelican. It's right here, Wise Pelican. I'm like, go to Wise Pelican, and in 15 minutes, your postcard's done. It's going to be like ready to go. Wise Pelican is a postcard mailing company. They do lots of things very, very well. First of all, I've seen the quality of their postcards, and the postcard quality, top notch. They have a bajillion postcards to choose from. So you don't have to have anybody design it. They have a whole bunch. You decide what message you want. You upload your photo, your contact information, your logo. And not only that, you can either, if you have a spreadsheet of your database, you can upload it and they'll just send it to your database. That's one way to do it. Or let's say many of you don't have that. You want to like send to a particular area. The system lets you circle the neighborhood you would like, or put in the zip code, whatever you want. It does it all. And it's like in a half an hour, your postcard is done. So please do not design your own postcards. Never sit in an office and be making your postcards. It is absolutely never going to be worth it. Wise Pelican could do it for a fraction of the cost. Second, MLS Mailings. MLS Mailings is a company that does just listed, just sold postcards. And they hook to your MLS. So you set it up once and you set up all of your MLS information. And basically you tell MLS Mailings, every time I list a property and every time I sell a property, I would like 200 postcards to go to the surrounding neighborhood. You set it up once, and MLS, every time you list a house, they're going to email you and say, here's the postcard we designed. Give us your okay, we'll send it. They pull all the photos right from MLS. Same with when you sell a property. It's set it and forget it. The only way you're going to be able to scale your business is to find systems like this, a set it and forget it system. Now, I think Wise Pelican has a much better quality of postcard. MLS Mailings, it's a slightly lower quality of postcard. Who cares? It's getting done. Done is better than perfect. Use MLS Mailings for just listed, just sold postcard. The Personal Marketing Company is a really cool product. I want to say it's like $30, like a one-time charge of $30. And they stay in touch with your client for 5 years through like marketing pieces. They do postcards. Occasionally it's a magazine. So they have like a 5-year marketing plan. I think the Personal Marketing Co. is an awesome program for after a deal closes. Because sometimes after the deal closes, that's when we're like, all right, on to the next deal, and we forget about the person that just closed. So the Personal Marketing Co., I would put it as soon as I close on a deal, put it in the Personal Marketing Co., pay the $30. I think it's $30. And now that person is going to get mailers from you for the next 5 years. Some other ones, RSP, data-driven marketing. Lots of our Florida agents use them for marketing pieces. And then Yellow Letters Complete. Yellow Letters Complete is wonderful. Like if you want to, for example, do a whole bunch of, let's say you want to send 200 handwritten personal note cards to someone, and you actually want somebody to handwrite it. So it looks like you handwrote a personal note card. Yellow Letters Complete will do the handwritten personal note card. Many of our like investor agents who focus on investment properties and abandoned properties, they use it because you could do like a really nice handwritten note card, but you can also do like what they call a yellow letter. It looks like a yellow handwritten letter that gets mailed to like an abandoned property. So those are some all great marketing companies. That's under Signs, Apparel, and Marketing. LAER agents, the Roar Report. So once a month, our marketing team writes a newsletter for you to print and either put in your packages or mail out to people. So this is what I want to say. There's two types of newsletters that we have to deal with as real estate agents. There's e-newsletters and there's, if you want, print newsletters. They're two different animals. This is a print newsletter, in my opinion. This is not something you would email. So if you click on this, we give you two different templates. One is for 11 by 17 paper. So basically it's still a 4-page newsletter, but you would fold it. The other one is if you just want to print 4 on 4 8.5 by 11 pages, you can do that. But let's just go to the 11 by 17 version. So every month our team writes this. You are 100% could change any of it out. So we'll wait a second for that. So basically you'll see this is in 4 different pages, all kinds of little articles that have to do with real estate and gardening and home ownership. And this is really important. If you've sat through our Algorwin class, we talk about the importance of going out once a month and interviewing a vendor. So this is where you could feature that vendor interview. So you go interview a landscaper who you want to have as part of your preferred vendor program that you're going to refer out to people. You go interview a landscaper. You could just add that interview right here. You would delete out all of these articles that we've put in can be deleted out. So you would delete this out and put in the article that you wrote about your landscaper. So 100% of this page is customizable. The other way that agents use this, so this is meant to be a print newsletter. We put these ugly red arrows and stuff so that you know what you have to change on here, so you don't miss that you have to change out and put like your name and phone number. You can change out the logo as well. The other way agents use this is, let's just say you have a lender partner that helps pay for your mailings. You could put an advertisement in here for your lender partner who's going to help split the cost of mailing it. If you're going to mail it to say 200 people, then you could put a little advertisement in here for your lender partner. So that comes out once a month, right? Usually end of the month, it comes out for the following month. That is our Roar Report logos and images. For LAER agents, we have tons of logos, from like luxury logos, commercial logos, tons of like social media images. This is kind of just all kinds of images we get asked for from agents. You can go here, like we'll click on the logos. We have, if you're a Cape and Islands agent, we have special logos for you guys. If you're a luxury agent, we have special logos, commercial, things like that. Everything is in there. So if you're doing like a marketing piece, it's in there. The last piece, this is brand new. This was not here last month. One of the things, if you guys have taken my Algorwin class, one of the things we put into that program is that you have to go out regularly and visit clients. I think we say 5 per week. Just go visit people who already know, like, and trust you. Maybe it's past clients, maybe it's friends, family, acquaintances, next door neighbors, does not matter, but go out and visit. I think it's 5 people a week, we say. And don't go empty-handed. It's always much more fun if you have something cool to bring with you, like a little giveaway. And your giveaways don't have to be crazy expensive. So we said, in the booklet, the Algorwin book, we said, here's all the different little giveaways you can do inexpensively, like $1 or $2. And then you make a little tag with your picture and your contact information. So we went, just in the last 30 days, we added this per the request of our agents, that let's just say you want to go out and you're going to have as a giveaway just little packets of gum. These are great for like community events and stuff like that as well. So you have like little tags that you stick on stuff. This is one that goes on gum, like a little tag. I will go the extra mile for your referrals, and then you just customize it with your contact information and stuff like that. So there's tons. We put them basically every season on here so that you have different little pop-by tags already made up for your business. Whoops, I just went over to the wrong page. So that was our entire marketing section. as I said, that's hundreds of, I won't say hundreds, I'll say tens of thousands of dollars worth of marketing pieces that are designed, ready to go. Like each one is 5 or 10 minutes worth of work just to customize it. And we're not done. We still have the rest of this page to go through. So next is our agent growth and development section. Couple things to keep in mind about the agent growth and development. First, if you click over here, classes, meetings, and coaching, this is where you can get access to tons of stuff. You want to sign up for our monthly sales meeting. Our monthly sales meeting is always the second Wednesday of the month. It's always at 11 o'clock. You click there, you could sign up for it. You want to see all the upcoming training classes. You click on the training calendar. It shows you all the upcoming training all the upcoming training stuff. LAER University and YouTube. So we have 2 places where we put all of our training content. Most of it now you can just get on YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com/LAER, LAER training, you will see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of training classes. LAER coaching. If you're a LAER agent and you want an extra level of support for your business, we have a phenomenal coaching program. You could sign up. It's a 6-month program. If you sign up, we send you our 250-page coaching manual. We assign you to a coach whose job it is to hold you accountable for the 6 months. And we don't charge you anything for that program unless you quit. So it is a reverse incentive program that we say, hey, we're going to give you absolute best coaching that money can buy, and you don't have to pay anything for it. But if you sign up and you take our time and you take our awesome manual, we will charge you if you quit in the first 60 days, because it's not easy. It's hard. We're going to hold you accountable. We want to help you become the best version of yourself. And we want to know that if we're going to invest in you, that you're going to invest in us. And all you have to invest in us is your time and energy and go out and try new things. And if you quit on us, then we'll charge you. Our $10 million, how to build a $10 million interview series, the podcast is links here. Forms training. If you're an agent that needs help, like understanding forms and stuff, like how to fill out certain forms, go to our forms training class. That's all under the agent growth and development. And then business plans and growth systems. This is an important area. So basically, we have 3 different versions of business plans that agents can use. Business plans and growth systems. The number one growth system, in my opinion, is the Algorand program. So that's why many of you have seen, I've been going out the last 2 months, basically, almost every week. I've been going out and doing live classes on the Algorand program in Massachusetts and Florida, because this program is life-changing to real estate agents. And basically what Algorand system is, I'll give you guys a really quick sneak preview just in case you haven't. I could see many of you that are on today's program have been to my Algorand class, but let's just go out for a second and I'll give you a little sneak preview. So that if you haven't been to the Algorand class yet, but I think this will get you excited to maybe want to check it out. By the way, the Algorand booklet, if you go to the live class, we have these really beautiful professional versions of the Algorand program. But if you go to the link I was just at, right on the LAER Agent Services, there's a little form you can fill out where we just ask you questions about your business. And then it gives you a PDF version of this. It's a 100-page booklet. So you can just download the PDF version if you like. So let me just give you a super fast overview of the program. So I mentioned at the beginning of today's program, one of the reasons we believe that agents get out of real estate in the first 3 years. 87% of real estate agents leave the business within 3 years of getting licensed. And in our opinion, it is because of the fact that they don't know what to do every day. So the challenge of our business is we are self-employed. That means we wake up every day and decide, what am I going to work on today? Which, if you've been in the business for a while, that's a really easy question to answer. We know the steps that we have to take each day. But if you're newer in the business, it's hard to figure that out right away. So basically what we did originally, this started as a whole different project. We were creating a 90-day success plan for real estate agents. And this was like the end of last year. We spent basically 6 months writing the 90-day success plans so that when agents joined our company, we could get them within 90 days, their first 6 transactions. And we built that whole program. And then we felt like we were setting people up to fail because we were setting them up. We're like, okay, what happens after 90 days? Now what? So we scratched the whole program. We never went live with it. And we said, we're going to rebuild this, and we're going to build it so that every year, every month, every week, agents know exactly what they need to do to build a successful business every time. So basically yearly, monthly, weekly, and then every transaction, how they're going to get their business. So AlgoWin is a simple program. We got it by going out, or we built it by going out and interviewing high-performing real estate agents at our brokerage. We have lots and lots of agents at LAER Realty that do between $10 million and $100 million in business. So we went and interviewed every single one to figure out exactly what they are doing in their business. We compiled the results, and we created an algorithm for success, which is AlgoWin. So this booklet is basically, the AlgoWin system is an algorithm that if you do these steps, this algorithm, you will do 30 plus transactions a year. And we know that because these are the things that all of the high performing real estate agents are doing on a regular basis. So this book is 7 checklists, and all it does is part 1 defines what is the AlgoWin system. It then also goes through like, what are the stumbling blocks? Why would it not work for some people? And there's lots of reasons why it might not work. Part 2 is the actual 7 checklists. So the whole system comes down to learning, memorizing, and doing 7 checklists. Yearly action checklist, a monthly action checklist, a weekly action checklist, and then 4 other checklists. Every time you get a new buyer, every time you get a new seller, every time you get a new listing, and then a client appreciation checklist, because every real estate agent who is in this to make money, you have to be doing 4 client appreciation. By the way, I'm going to change that. I decided our last AlgoWin, I don't like the idea of client appreciation, because if you don't have clients right away, it's a good excuse not to do your appreciation event. So we're going to change the word on that for the next printing of the book. But you have to be doing 4 appreciation events. We show you exactly how to do it all, how to organize it, and how to make sure it doesn't cost you money. Part 3 of the program is the tracking sheets. So you'll see, I'm going through this so fast. This is normally a 3-hour class. But here, for example, is the yearly checklist. So the yearly checklist has 12 items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Each checklist, the yearly checklist has 12 items. Each of the subsequent checklists, the monthly, weekly, new buyer, new seller, new listing, and client appreciation, each of those only has 9 items. So the yearly checklist, which is the most important of them all, because if you don't do these items, it will handicap your success on all of the other checklists. It gives you each of the items. And I also like to point out, look at the little pictures next to each item, because once we teach you the checklist, we also have these cool tracking sheets so that you could track your success. So on the monthly process tracking sheet, You'll see the little images line up with the images on the actual checklist. And this is so you can do point totals. The whole idea of the program is to track your process, not the results of the process right away. In real estate, we get super tied to results, and that can lower our energy. One thing you'll see with this whole Algorand program is we work in like your energy, which is like your mindset, the words you use, what you believe about yourself. All of that contributes greatly to your success. So we have that built into the checklist. You'll even see we have built into the checklist, like you have to take vacations. You have to do stuff you love on a monthly and weekly basis, from like going to baseball games to going to yoga classes to read you. That absolutely essential. Every high performing real estate agent has scheduled into their livelihood stuff they love. And we say what's super interesting about real estate is it's easy for us, for many agents, to believe that because those agents make so much money, they can go on vacation and do fun things. But what we know from studying high performing agents is because they have scheduled into their life the stuff they love, because they take vacations, they do more business. Because they are constantly out at baseball games and taking days off with family, because they do all that, they have a successful real estate business. So all of that is part of this program. And this whole program, so part one of the book explains to you what are the loopholes and how does the program work. Part two of the program just shows you what are the 7 checklists. Part 3 of the program is these process tracking. So you can track your process. If you are not doing 30 transactions because of this program, then you're not completing all the tasks. And then part 4 is all the supporting stuff for your business. So anything we tell you to do is part of those checklists. Anything we tell you to do is part of the checklist. We tell you how to do it. So we don't say like, hey, you have to follow up with buyers. We give you the follow-up plan in here. Everything is in here. So that is our Algorand. Like I said, that was super short. This is a 3-hour program, and that's not even enough. Like, but you can download the program. Just got to go find where I was. You can download the program at Algorand right on this link. And it's going to ask you just a few questions about your business. But then you can go, it'll give you a full PDF of the program. We also have 2 other business planning guides that we created. These are more traditional. So basically, as you see, we don't just take the stuff that's out there. There's so much bad content in our business. I'm sorry to say, there's just so much bad business planning materials. We have taken so much time to really deliver great stuff for you guys. This one is just a more typical business plan that you would see in real estate, where, I mean, it's long. It's like a 45-page guide where it asks you very traditional questions about how much do you want to make? How much are your splits? So you kind of figure out how much you want to make. And then you backtrack to how many calls you need to make, how many people you need to sit with. By the way, if you come back here next week, one of our agents said this business plan, I have one agent that loved this business plan, and she said she wanted a PDF fillable version of it. And we did create that. So we're going to add another link here that's going to be a PDF version, fillable version of that business plan. This business plan is really great. All of them are really great. If you're running a team, I would do this as a team meeting, or have it as a little part of your team meeting every month, like to keep people on track with one of these plans. The third business plan we created is a very different take on both of them. And it's really focusing on who are you right now as a human being, and what are you doing in your business? Who do you want to, like, what do you want to do for business? And where is the gap? Like, between who you are now and who you plan on becoming, where is the gap and what steps do you have to take to become that different version of yourself? So this is a very different type of business plan. It's just a third model. I encourage you to kind of check out all of them. My favorite, of course, is Algorwin. That is our baby that we've been working on for a very long time. Also, especially right now, we have a little checklist of income producing activities. This is kind of just a way to get you focused again in this business, especially the market's a little funky. If you have a day where you're like, all right, I woke up today and I don't know what to do. That will never happen, by the way, if you're using the Algorwin system. But let's just say you're not using the Algorwin system. You wake up and you're like, I have nothing to do today. The good thing is you guys already know how to fill your time. Today, you got an email and you said, hey, I have nothing to do this morning. I'm going to go learn something new for my business. The income producing activities, just a checklist of stuff you could go work on to start creating income. So all of those are under the business planning tools section. Agent toolbox. Oh, there's a couple really cool things that are really new under here. Tech tools. Can't stress this enough. This is some really cool stuff. First of all, if you're a LAER agent, we have all these awesome Isact, Boston Logic, Real Scout. We'll do a little overview on those in a few minutes, but there's all the login information. These are new over the last 60 days. So you see all over like Inman, all these places you watch, like, hey, you can use Chat GPT to write your listing descriptions, etc. So ChatGPT is a little clunky if you're not super tech savvy. So our team went and built something cool using a ChatGPT-like tool. So these are artificial intelligence. First one is a listing description generator. This will work regardless of what company you work for, by the way. So if you want help writing your listing descriptions, instead of sitting down and taking 2 hours of your time writing a listing description, if you go here, you say, how many paragraphs would you like your listing description be? What's your email address? What is the address of the property? And then answer a bunch of questions about the property. Fill all this in. You press submit. Within 1 minute, the system will email you a description of the property for MLS. It is artificial intelligence. That means you must check it. Just make sure it's accurate, but it's like 99%. In many cases, it's 100%. In many cases, it's better than what we would write. So it's a really awesome tool. And even if you don't use 100% of it, it gets like 95% of what you want to say into paragraph format. So you could just go in and tweak it. We also built one for your bio. This is big. We talk about this in Algorwin. Like, if you were going out for a job interview, what would you show up with? Probably a really good resume that talks about why somebody should hire you. Real estate agents are really bad with their bios for some reason. And really what we do all day, every day is apply for a job. We apply for a job all day, every day. When we meet a new buyer, a new seller, we're applying for a job. So your bio should be great. If somebody lands on your company website or your personal website or your LinkedIn page or your realtor.com page, yes, all of you have a realtor.com page. You can customize it. It comes up on the first page of your Google search. If somebody lands there, it should have a nice bio. So many agents are really bad at writing their bios. They don't know what to say. So we created an agent bio generator. Makes it super easy. Just tell us some information about you. The system will write a great bio. Again, it is artificial intelligence. So check it, but it's going to be really awesome. And it's probably better than what you currently have written on these sites. All at the bottom are the other tools. So these are all tools that you get as part of LAER. But if you keep going down, some other cool tech tools, highly recommend. Again, we're not paying anything for this. So we are unbiased. When we're telling you to use these tools, we are unbiased. Number one, Xiaomi. Every real estate agent should have Xiaomi on your phone. This is an app that if you Saturday, somebody needs to go see a house and you don't have anybody at your office that could do it for usually you go to somebody at your office, say, can you show this house for me? You don't have anybody that can do that, right? Because it's a beautiful weekend. Everybody's going to the beach and you want to go to the beach too, but this person wants to see a house at 4 o'clock. Xiaomi, it is like the Uber of real estate agents. You go to Xiaomi, you put all the info, and a real estate agent is going to go show the house for you. But what happens if they steal my customer? Not possible, because the agents who are Xiaomi showing agents sign all kinds of releases, forms, contracts that say you are getting paid to go show real estate. You have no further contact with that customer. You are meeting somebody to open a door. So basically, you just pay people to go open a door. The other thing I recommend with Xiaomi is when the market gets more difficult, sometimes agents go get other jobs like Uber. Say, I need to make some extra money. I just have nothing coming in right now. Why not become a Xiaomi agent so that you get paid to like go show real estate? So if you need to earn some extra income, why not also become a Xiaomi agent? So this tool I love for both reasons. HomeBot is a really cool newsletter that you put all of your customers in, or past customers or people you know, and it will constantly, it emails them once a month. If you put a property address in, it basically tells them every month what their property value is. Or you could just do a market update, what the market values are doing for a particular town. So I think it's a great way just to stay in touch. Home value leads, really, if you're doing any social media, Facebook advertising, this is like a conversion tool. It gives people a free home value report. It's really cool because once the person signs up, it stays in contact. Every month it'll send them an updated home value report. It texts them on your behalf, stuff like that. So it's a cool tool. Also, we have Exposio, which is really cool app if you're not doing professional photos, although every agent should be doing professional photos. We say in the algorithm class, every listing is an audition for your next listing. So even though the market's very busy, even though the house is probably going to sell in 32 seconds with 10 offers on it, you should still do professional photography because you are auditioning for your next listing. So you should have a super high bar on everything. If you're not going to do professional photography, then the next best thing is Exposio. This is where you take pictures with your phone, your cell phone, but it makes them much nicer. So they charge $1 per photo. So basically you take a whole bunch and then you pick the ones that you like best. You pay $1 each for those, and they do an exposure to them that makes them look way nicer. So it is less apparent that they came from a phone. Oh, sustainability. We're going to have Craig on in a couple minutes, our Chief Sustainability Officer. This is new. We're still building this out. Craig, I want to add a whole bunch of additional resources down here, like all the stuff you constantly recommend. We're going to just fill it, but this is a new section as well to our LAER agent services. First, you can find the newest version of the LAER Sustainability Report. Craig, our Chief Sustainability Officer, tracks everything all throughout the year. And this is the report. By the way, if I was going on a listing presentation and I was a LAER agent, I would include the LAER Sustainability Report in my presentation. Consumer guides on sustainability, sustainable marketing resources, the green appraisal addendum. If you've been to any of Craig's green designation classes, then he talks about the green appraisal addendum. So that's where you can find it. And then one of our great partners, the Pearl certification, which is a fantastic marketing program. Craig always talks about it in all the different classes that he offers on sustainability and green designation. So everything is under there, but stay tuned there because there's lots of stuff we want to continue to add. This library section is just random stuff. So when we get stuff that we're not quite sure where to put it, it doesn't fit into any of the other boxes, we just throw it in the library for now until we figure out a better way to organize it. If you're a LAER agent, this is where you get paid. Little check request system. Everything we do is super automated. Our goal is to get agents paid super fast. So if you're a LAER agent, you have if you have a closing coming up, buyer or seller, you fill out a check request that notifies our bookkeeping department that we have an agent who's going to be looking for checks. So everything is right there. And then agent directory, this is all the agents at LAER. So if you want to do a referral to like a Florida agent, for example, you can go on and look on there and see if we have an agent in that marketplace. And then this is a link of all of our LAER offices. Down at the very bottom, we have our brokerage blog. This is just stuff that we're blogging about regularly. But if you want to see something recent, you can just kind of go to the very bottom. So that's the first page of our LAER program and services guide. And we have a long ways to go. That's why I always say when we very rarely finish by noon. But with that, I want to introduce Craig Foley, our Chief Sustainability Officer, who has lots of great things to report to us on the sustainability front. So welcome, Craig.
Thanks, Stacy. You know, regarding the sustainability guide, SIA just released. So SIA is like what NAR is to real estate agents. It's the nonprofit in the solar industry. And they just released a consumer protection guide for consumers that are interested in purchasing solar for their home. I'd like to see that in the the sustainability piece for our consumer.
Absolutely.
Couple of things. I'm feeling a little bit like what's the fancy word now for you know, when somebody's got an addiction and somebody's inadvertently helping them, there's a word, enable, right? I feel like I'm a little bit of an enabler, Stacy, right now, because I'm getting calls, a ton of calls. I mean, 2-3 a week now, particularly about LAER agents putting solar, you know, dealing with solar in a real estate transaction, right? And I'm so happy that we have a service that people can come to and get reliable information. We have, you know, through this process saved, you know, 4 or 5 deals I know of this year in which we put things together so our agents were able to continue with the transaction. But you know, what's funny about this though is then trying to follow up with the agent saying, hey, you need to be knowledgeable and competent in this part of the business. This is a, you know, you mentioned it earlier. There are niches in this business to really take advantage of. And right now, as you mentioned earlier, the green designation is a super, super hot niche. I'm going to go through what I normally go through. But, you know, I'm teaching it coming up in June 6th and 7th for GBAR. It's sponsored by Pearl, so it's only $175. It's an incredible price for the designation. But I haven't seen the list yet, but I don't think that there are any LAER agents on that list, which is unfortunate because I feel like, you know, they're relying, you know, that we've got a resource for this, Stacy. I feel like they're relying on me to be able to help them,
Yes,
which is fine. But we want them to be educated on this topic, definitely.
yes.
And
By the
then-
way, I want to say too, Craig, I don't know if you've noticed this. I see an inordinate amount of agents, both at LAER and outside of our company, becoming solar salespeople. First of all, they're not even educated enough on solar to begin with. And then they're aligning with the company. And we both know, like, there's good solar companies and there's really, really, really bad solar companies. And then I see agents like, oh, this is a great way to make some extra money right now while the market's a little bit off. Like, if you're thinking about selling solar for anybody, please email Happy Agent at LAER Realty and talk to Craig. definitely do a class. So you, first of all, understand the repercussions, because I look at some agents and I'm like, you're actually creating even more liability for yourself by now selling solar without really understanding much about the company you're starting with.
Yeah, you are so right. There are really good solar companies out there. There are bad solar companies, just like there are real estate brokerages that are really good, and real estate, you know, it's true of every industry, right? There are bad actors in every industry. And thank you for that. I really appreciate that. It's really important to understand who the bad actors are, because they're out there. There's no question about it.
Mhm.
So the other green designation training, I think Sergio's throwing these in, is for the Central Association, Massachusetts Central Association of Realtors in Auburn, June 20th and 21st. I'll be teaching the class there. That's more of the normal price, $275 for that class. Again, it's $100 off if you're taking in a G-bar, but we want to get LAER agents in there. We are the top brokerage in Massachusetts with the most green designated agents. I'm worrying that that will no longer be the case if we don't continue to push our agents to become knowledgeable and competent in this stuff. I'm going to just take you to a quick PowerPoint here to just highlight some of the work that we do here regularly at LAER. Just switch over this slideshow. And what we're trying to do. So just some information about me. I've been doing this stuff that's connected, you know, this intersection of real estate and sustainability for a long time. I've had the great opportunity to work with National Association of Realtors, with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac on engagement on this stuff. And believe it or not, the GSEs, Fannie and Freddie, are both very engaged on this. They see that homes with high performance features, whether it's energy efficiency or adding renewables on the home, they've both done deep dives into their data sets on this stuff. And they're finding that homeowners with those high performance features are defaulting less on their loans. So Fannie's and Freddie's investors that buy those mortgage packages become very interested in homes with green improvements. This stuff is happening in all parts of the industry. Very interesting stuff. And obviously financial risk, climate financial risk now is becoming a hotter and hotter topic. I don't know if you heard this or not, but State Farm has now pulled out of California and not offering insurance because of the wildfire issues that are happening in California. So these are super hot topics that are happening right here, right now. I'm really thrilled that I've had the opportunity to participate with these, particularly at the NAR level. So here's just how quickly this stuff has grown. This is ESG reporting, kind of voluntary reporting of S&P 500 companies reporting on their sustainability efforts. You can see there was huge growth over this 6-year period from 2011 to 2016. That growth continues. Companies throughout the world are realizing that sustainability engagement is really important for their product that they're doing. We do this as well. Stacy mentioned our sustainability report. I am still working, Stacy, on our last year's one, and hopefully we'll get that out relatively soon. I was working on it again yesterday. The reason that we do that is we're seeing consumer engagement on this stuff. According to Suzanne Shelton, who runs a company called the Shelton Group, she's kind of the leading marketer in the United States that helps companies that are doing this sustainability engagement. She says 74% of US consumers are making purchasing decisions based on a company's environmental reputation. 74%. So it's very, you know, it's very smart for us, as Stacy said, to share that sustainability guide when you're going on listing presentations or you're meeting a new buyer, to let them know that our company really does stand for something, and we're working hard to move this ball forward. U.S. Chamber of Commerce, you know, NAR has done great work in this stuff. And, you know, there's a lot of reasons why you need to be competent in this stuff, particularly if you're dealing in the new construction industry in Massachusetts. The building codes just got upgraded and they're pretty darn rigorous. You can see that the state is really moving builders towards moving away from fossil fuels to all electric homes. So the requirement in specialized stretch code communities, which is going to be about 20, we think, to 25 by the end of the year, Melrose, where I live, is going to be one of them, is that the requirement for a home heated with fossil fuels, it would require solar PV as part of the building process as well. So this is happening fast and furious here in the Commonwealth, but also stuff's happening in New Hampshire and Florida as well that are all part of this market area. In fact, Governor DeSantis vetoed a net metering bill that would have really done a bad number for the jobs that are available in Florida with solar PV. So I was very happy to see him veto that bill that was moving through the state representative and the senators work and get rid of that. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough votes to overturn his veto, but it really would have done a damage to the solar industry in Florida. So we're trying to track all of this stuff, stay abreast of all of the things that are happening from an advocacy perspective as well. What have we been up to? Well, education is a big part of this, which is why we would really like to see you continuing to explore your green designation. That's a full 2-day class where we go into a deep dive on all the new technology, not just solar PV, but things like heat pumps and that whole technology that's just revolutionizing the HVAC industry right now. So we do a deep dive on building envelopes, insulation, air sealing, so you really understand the building science in day one. Green certifications are a big part of that. Understanding what a HERS score is, understanding what building codes look like and what they mean for your business, and engaging builders, selling spec homes, all stuff that you need to know. And then, of course, we focus a lot on valuation of these properties. Stacy has mentioned this already, but it is in fact true that appraisers do recognize high performance features and they do add contributory value. So I go through a deep dive on that valuation process. And I would say, Stacy, that realtors that don't know that simple fact are doing their sellers a huge disservice by not being knowledgeable and competent in this part of the marketplace, which is why we want every team to have a green designated agent, so you at least can refer that type of business to somebody that's had training in this to be able to reasonably bring those homes to market and receive the price premium that they deserve out there. We're seeing recruitment and retention with LAER happening because of the sustainability work that we're doing. This is really important. Now, we're starting to track high performance home sales. So this is in your check request form. When you go to request a check at the end of a transaction to get paid your commission, right? In the check request form, there is a little link in here. Does your home have high performance features? Now that pops up in the check request form that the no box is checked. So you don't see any of this stuff until you check the yes box. And then there's a number of different items that you can check in here of the high performance features that we see in New England and Florida. In fact, the storm protection stuff comes from the Florida MLS that our agents primarily work with. But there's also a place where you can write in other green high performance features. Now, I would say that virtually every home coming to the market has some kind of green high performance feature, but I did a terrible job this year highlighting this part of tracking our high performance home sales, because of the 3,500 home sales that we did last year, only 70 folks checked these boxes or filled out these boxes. We've got to do much better than that. Now, currently, we are the only real estate brokerage in the country that's tracking high performance home sales. So we still look pretty good, but we can do a lot better than this. So please, 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 if nothing else from today's presentation, pay attention to this when you go to get paid. Move that checkbox to yes, and if your homes have any of these features, please fill them out so we can track accurately the number of high performance home sales that LAER is serving our customers with. And, you know, I do this stuff myself in my own home. So I'm in my Melrose, Massachusetts home right now. We just did an extensive deep energy retrofit on my home. You can see that my home, an 1895 Victorian, very tough building envelope to get right. I got a HERS index score of 59, which is really good. It's like your golf score. The lower you're better. It's certainly not a net zero home, but it's way above code. And you can see the annual savings that the HERS rater projected for my wife and I in terms of our utility costs because of the energy efficiency features. That annual savings in a HERS report is something that an appraiser can take to the bank. They can make a case to the bank underwriter that this home is worth more just because of that simple number there. But I've also, because Pearl Certification is a great partner for us. So Pearl Certification is a green certification company that certifies existing homes. You've probably heard of LEED and National Green Building Standard and Passive House. Those are very rigorous certifications for new construction primarily. There's been nothing in the marketplace for homeowners like me that have gone through Mass Save and done, you know, a home energy assessment, done air sealing insulation work. Maybe they switched to heat pumps. Maybe they have PV. There's been no company out there to certify that home at a reasonable cost. This is $300 to certify the home. And you can see my home is Pearl Gold right now. When I put in the EV charging stations, my wife and I have a plug-in hybrid that will take it to LEED Platinum. But even more importantly, which is kind of cool, Pearl just created this electrified home badge, which certainly fits into my home. So I decarbonized my home as well. We pulled the natural gas heating system that we had. We switched to heat pumps that does both the heating and cooling, an induction cooktop and a heat pump hot water heater. So my home currently has this badge as well for electrified home badge. We're going to see that more and more in the marketplace here. And then part of our story is, you know, we've gotten a lot of national attention because we're a brokerage that's really leading the way here in the United States in terms of engagement with our agents, making sure our agents are knowledgeable and competent in this part of the industry, making sure our consumers are aware of the work that we're doing. And we've gotten a ton of national attention from National Association of Realtors, and that national attention is really making a difference. We're seeing, I'm seeing some examples now of other companies coming to us, and as Stacy says, we're an open book, we're an open source strategy here. If there's any company that wanted to come to us and say, hey, what are you doing? What are the results? How does this work? Stacy and I would love to meet with them to just talk to them about the process of what's happening here and why it's worked for us and how to pass that on to other brokerages as well. So we're very open source about this. And then the last realtor legislative meetings, there was a big symposium on green appraisals led by Sandy Adamatis. She's the one that's literally written the book on green appraisals, residential green valuation tools, a really important book in this whole process of green valuation. And you can see we get a lot of attention from NAR because of the work that we're doing down there. We do have a sustainability committee meeting, sustainability committee. I'll be having a sustainability meeting later on this month, and we'll inform everybody about that. This is kind of open to any agent, whether you're with LAER or not. We want to be inclusive of everybody that's interested in the work that we're doing here. I would like to highlight the Inflation Reduction Act as well as a final takeaway, the IRA. So I'm going to just switch here with the share and move to a simple tool that is pretty powerful. Let's see, where are we here? So the IRA is the Inflation Reduction Act. That was passed into law by the current administration last August, in which there are a ton of tax incentives if you make investments on energy efficiency, renewable energy investments on your property. It only takes 5 simple inputs to take a look at the tax credits that are available to you and your clients. So I'm going to just scroll down to the bottom here and take a look at some of the incentives that are out there. For instance, rooftop solar. If you install solar on your home, let's say you invest in a system that costs $20,000. If you've been a successful realtor this last year, you get to take $6,000 off from what you owe the federal government. It's an investment tax credit. 30% of that installed price, you get to take off what you owe the federal government. A pretty powerful tool in the marketplace that you should be taking advantage of as successful real estate agents, and certainly passing on to your customers that have a tax appetite. This tool is profound. It's really making the industries of energy efficiency and solar thrive right now from a manufacturing perspective here in the United States. A really important piece of legislation. And I just want to get the word out to start to use this. Check it out. I'll throw this in the chat if Sergio hasn't done it already. And you should definitely check this out and check out the tax incentives that are available. Thanks, Sergio. I see you already put it in there. So that's what's going on here. There's a ton of stuff, Stacy, building codes, the investment tax credits, everything going on in the marketplace, being knowledgeable and competent about this stuff. The education opportunities are available. They're out there for you. And we want to continue to be the market leader in the United States on this stuff, LAER Realty Partners.
All right, awesome stuff. Sergio, can you put that Rewiring America also under the resources link under sustainability?
Yes, great point.
Okay, so first of all, as a reminder, I always like to say there's still an opportunity for agents to build a niche around sustainability. But eventually, by not learning about sustainability, by not becoming a green agent, eventually you will become a detriment to your own business and to your clients. So it's really important to get out there and start becoming knowledgeable about this stuff. Attend a green designation program because there's a lot to learn so that you can best serve your buyers and sellers. With that, while I go back to my presentation I was going off of, we're going to go back to the LAER Program and Services Guide. Number one, somebody had asked, does this get recorded? And the answer is yes. So this afternoon, if you can't find it for any reason, you can always just email happyagent@laerrealty.com if you ever get stuck and can't find something. But after the program, we post this to youtube.com/LAER, LAER training. So you can go watch the recorded version as well. If you're watching in either of our Facebook groups, either the Inside the Lion's Den group for LAER agents or the ROAR group for all agents, we keep the class there. So you can watch this whenever you want. It's recording now and it will remain there for the month until we do our next one. So, whoops. That was weird. It just kicked me out of, there we go. So we're back to the LAER Program and Services Guide. And this is, again, this is like the 30-page book that our agents use to know all the resources they have. You can get this at laerrealty.com/success tools. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, you can click on the PDF version and download it. I just want to quickly go over, I said at the beginning of the program, you guys should be looking for the 5 things you're going to go execute on after you leave today's program. Just want to give you a couple. First of all, a reminder just to say, like, make sure you're making your list of the 5 things you're going to go execute on after today's program. A couple I would look at, number one, MLS mailings that we talked about. That's the program that hooks to your listing, your MLS, so that automatically every time you list or sell a house, you have 200 postcards or more or less going out to that neighborhood. Number 2, if you do not already have these, we highly encourage you, we teach it in our Algorwin class, that you should always have your buyer packages, your seller packages, and your investor packages all printed and ready to go. And that means have them in a branded folder. I'd print like 20 of each. You should have like your buyer guide, maybe the monopoly board piece of buying a home, a brochure about your company, maybe the sustainability guide. I think it's important to work on your buyer package, your seller package, and investor package. So if you met a buyer right now, what kind of package would you give them to tell them all about who you are, your services, how you market? Number two, if you met a seller right now, what package would you give to them? What would you hand to them? And three, if you met an investor right now. We went through everything that you need to create those. Everything you need to create those packages is at laeragentservices.com. And then the third thing I would do, because this is easy, is I would bookmark laeragentservices.com because we're in a business that gets very busy. Probably after you get off today's program, you're going to immediately go work on something else. And it's very easy to just not get a chance to look at this stuff for 30 days. So go bookmark laeragentservices.com so that when you do have time to go work on your buyer packages, seller packages, or anything, you remember where to go to find everything. Okay, next page of our LAER program guide is the boot camp. The boot camp is what you're on right now. We do this every single month. We have been for many years. And they're always recorded, but you're also welcome to come back as often as you want. Carolyn Brown, who is a fantastic real estate agent in our Delray Beach office, has been on no less than 18 of these. That's why I joke around. We worry if Carolyn doesn't make it onto our monthly boot camp, but also it's fun to watch Carolyn's business grow. So she's getting out there, she's learning stuff. So she takes pieces of it and then she'll go execute on it and she'll come back to the next one and then decide what she's going to execute on at the next one. The next page just talks about our happy agent team at LAER. This is a little bit LAER specific, but don't worry, I'm only going to spend about 3 minutes on it. The way we handle support at LAER, one of the things we said at the beginning is, I believe one of the reasons why we have a very low success rate in our industry for real estate agents is because agents, when you need help, you need help. So while training is wonderful and you should get out and get trained and learn new things, the challenge of the business is that you don't really know what you need to know until something comes up. So that means that when you have a problem or a question or you're writing an offer, it could be anything. When you need help, how do you make sure you get the support and the answers you need? So we've organized our system at LAER to make sure that you always get an answer to your questions. And we call that our happy agent team. So if you need anything at LAER, if you email happyagent@laerrealty.com, that goes into a dashboard for our staff. So the staff will see that one of our team members needs help, an agent needs help with something. Then we have a team that evaluates what is it that this agent needs assistance with and who is best suited to help that agent. We decide who is best suited, which staff member is best suited to answer and help the agent with their question by what type of training the staff member has been through and their availability, because we also don't want you to wait forever to get the assistance you need. So the request gets assigned to one of our staff members. And then as an organization, we can follow the trajectory of the question just to make sure agents always get the assistance that they need. You can email happyagent@laerrealty.com 7 days a week. I always say if you're a LAER agent, you are much better off rather than going direct to a staff member. So if you need me, the fastest way to get me email happyagent@laerrealty.com and say, I need to talk to Stacy for something. Or if you need Len or Sergio or any of the other staff members. The only reason I say that is we have tons of staff members that are helping our agents on a daily basis. And what sometimes happens is our agents get fast support, somebody answers their question right away. And so next time they need support, they're like, I want that person that answered my question right away. So they email that that staff member to get the question answered. The problem is we've trained our staff to be on the Happy Agent system all day. So that's where we're fielding the emails from. So even for me personally, I go in a couple times a day to my personal email, and I go in at night and stuff. But for the most part, all day long, I'm on the Happy Agent system. That's true for Len, that's true for Sergio, like all of us, we're in the Happy Agent system all day. So if you need help quickly, you will get it so much faster if you email into Happy Agent instead of waiting for like an email. We feel that when it comes to responding to agents, like email is archaic, it is broken. It is a technology that doesn't serve us, because what happens is all of us as real estate professionals get 1,000 emails a day. They just come in like waves and waves of emails. And if you guys are like me, you mass delete, like you click at the very top to delete all of them, but you quickly go through to see if there's anybody important in there. Occasionally the important ones get deleted. So that's why we hate email. We use it because we have to as part of our business, but we tell our agents, like, when you need help for anything, can be anything, email happyagent@laerrealty.com. It's our way of making sure that you always get the support you need when you need it. It's fast. It's somebody who is knowledgeable. And no, it is not possible for agents to slip through the cracks. Okay, really quick. If you're a LAER agent, one of the things people ask when they join a brokerage is, are there any monthly fees associated with being with the brokerage? Like a tech fee. Some of the companies out there have exorbitant tech fees. So at LAER, we have an optional tech fee. You can opt out of it. If you opt into our tech bundle, you get 3 products: Isact, Boston Logic / Property Base, and Real Scout. So for $39, you get all 3 products. If you were as an individual agent, by the way, if you're not a LAER agent, you can go buy any of these products for $39 per month individually. So there, you get a little discount if you're a LAER agent because of our size, and we have a lot of agents that use the tools, you get a discount. But even if you're not a LAER agent, I recommend each of these for the $39 a month. Even if you had to pay $39 times 3, I still think they're all worth it. So if you're a LAER agent, I highly recommend you sign up for the tech bundle. We don't force it. So if you already have a CRM system, a set it and forget it marketing system, by all means, you could continue to use that. You can opt out of ours. If you already have a website, you can opt out. But I'm going to quickly just talk about each of these 3 products that are included in the $39 a month tech bundle. Isact is a CRM, a client relationship management system. And it does a few things. Number one, is a place for you to store all of your people that you know. That is buyers and sellers who have already closed on transactions, potential buyers and sellers, so people coming in through lead services, stuff like that. Friends, family, everybody that lives on your street. You should be a perpetual, like constantly tracking names, email addresses, and phone numbers of people. So, and putting them into a database, because that's what Zillow does, by the way, and realtor.com. All the companies that are eating away at our business, they are database companies. So if you want to be a great real estate agent and build your business over time, you also need to be in the business of building a database. By having a database, your business becomes new business becomes less expensive. We all know it's expensive to get business. Maybe you sign up for a subscription-based lead platform like Zillow, or a referral fee-based lead platform like OpCity, where you're paying a chunk to the referral company for the lead. Over time, as you build your database, you will develop not only a consistent business, because you're going to be marketing to people regularly, but also less expensive, because people are going to come direct to you, and you're not going to have to wait for people to come through like a OpCity or Zillow, things like that. So it is really, really important that you build your database. Your database is your gold. It is what is the sellable piece of your business down the road. The reason why we love Isact is it's a very, very basic real estate CRM system, and it does have set it and forget it marketing. So anytime you could find something for your real estate business that is set it and forget it, that is, you just set it up once and it's going to keep going, you should say yes to that. So with this system, this system will send out a monthly newsletter to your client, an e-newsletter to everybody in your database once a month. So your goal with the Isact system is just to put a lot of people in, always, always, always add everybody to your database, and then set them up on set it and forget it marketing so that they're getting newsletters from you once a month. That's it. It also does some other things. If you put a birthday, the person's birthday in the system, it will send a birthday email from you. If you put their home anniversary, the date they close on their home, the system will automatically send an anniversary, every anniversary of their closing. It'll send an email from you. It's all set it and forget it. If you are a LAER agent and you need help setting this up, just email happyagent@laerrealty.com. Let us know where you're stuck. If it's uploading your database, anything, we'll have a team member reach out and help you get it set up. I will also say is there's lots of companies that have other platforms that have way more bells and whistles. Isact does not have a lot of bells and whistles, which is the beauty of it. It makes it very easy to start using right away in your business. Boston Logic is our preferred website platform. So when you guys are going through this booklet on your own, the program and services guide, these are all links. So at the top, you can click on any of these links and see sample agent websites. As well, we have little tutorials on how to update your website if you want to. If you're a LAER agent and you don't want to do the updates and you need a page added to your website or anything like that, you can just email happyagent@laerrealty.com and we will assist with that. Our company website, laerrealty.com, and you'll see we have a very robust website with lots of stuff on there. It is all built off of Boston Logic. So it just goes to show you it's very easy. It's a templated program, super easy to update stuff. Okay, I'm going to invite Len on for a few minutes to do 2 quick presentations for you guys. One is Real Scout. So if you're paying for the $39 per month bundle, you get Real Scout as part of that. Real Scout is a platform. Instead of setting up your clients in an MLS search, which is what many agents do, that means you have a new buyer looking for a home and you set them up in MLS so that every day they get an email when new listings come on the market. That is not a great search experience. And that's why people go to like Zillow or Redfin to look at real estate, because they don't want to wait till tomorrow to see all the stuff that comes on the market. They want to get texted like as soon as the house hits the market. So that's what Real Scout does, plus a few other cool things. So we're going to have Len give you a little tour of Real Scout, which is part of the $39 a month bundle. I also am going to have him come on just for a minute to do Cloud CMA. So many of you are familiar with Cloud CMA because there's a free version of it on most MLSs. We have an upgraded version of Cloud CMA, and Len's going to just show you a quick tutorial of how to hook up Cloud CMA if you're a LAER agent, just to make sure you get all of the branding and all the additional materials we put in there for you. So with that, I'll have Len take over for a few minutes.
Hi, everyone. All right, so we're going to start with Real Scout. And Real Scout is very different, and it's much, much better than just like sending emails out by MLS. So what you're looking at right now is my emails, and I've set myself up to receive these emails. And what makes Real Scout special is as a property comes on the market, I receive an email, but it's not just like, here's a listing, here's a listing, here's a listing. It's the email that comes is with some natural language. So it looks like you actually personally wrote the email to your client. So like this one for Chelmsford for 400,000, it says, hi, Len, here's a listing for you with a view of the park and whatever else, right? And then this next one, also in Chelmsford, says, hi, Len, this property matches what you're looking for. And then this one at 719 says, hi, Len, I found a property that might interest you. So you can see that the emails that come in are all different, and they're all with a natural language, which really makes it really cool. So we're going to go ahead and open up this one so you can see what the email is going to look like. So the email that comes in, it's very clean and clear. So, and it comes in and says, I found a property that might interest you. 12 Larson Circle is a colonial style home that has tile floors, a deck, a living room, fireplace. These are things that are pulled from the MLS and put into the email. So it really looks like it's you actually writing the listing, writing the email. So here's what it is. It's nice, clean, a big photo, tells you whether there's an open house or not. And all your clients have to do then is just click on view details. And this is what their view is going to be, right? And it's going to open up to their search in Real Scout. So when you set somebody up for a search in Real Scout, I recommend that you set up their first search. And then if they want to add additional searches, they can. But what they get is nice photos, right? And good information about the property, right? And then additional information, whether it's an open house, where it's located on a map. Clients are also able to add a commute. So like this one, I'm always sitting in 173 Chelmsford Street, right? And so I can say, hey, I want to calculate the route from there, right? 2-minute drive, that's pretty good. But if say I worked in Nashua instead, it's going to be a 19-minute drive. So they can find out what the commute is going to be. And there's all this other information all about the property. But the great thing about this is they can give you, your buyers can give you direct feedback on this property. And it tells you right away, they can click whether they're interested or not interested. And then they can also say, you know, what they like about the house. So I like the style, I like the features. I think the highway, the neighborhood's too close to the highway, so maybe I don't like the neighborhood, you know. But they are able to give you this direct feedback immediately. And now the other cool thing about this is when they're here, right, they can click say, you know what, I'm not really interested, and they can give you an actual message back and say, you know, too close to highway, right? And they can send that message to you, and it comes up and it pops up immediately as a text message on my phone. So I know exactly what their response is, right? So that's pretty cool. Now let's go back and we're going to find another one that's not right on top of the highway. And let's take a look at this one. Oop, hang on. My computer is always so slow when I'm on a Zoom. Let's take a look at this one for 650, right? And it's going to say this property matches what you're looking for. And so again, it's a different wording and everything. So we're going to click on view details. Boom, boom, boom. And again, I can click here and I can say anything I want, right? I can say I'm interested in this one, and I can say, hey, I want to see it. I want to see it tomorrow, right? Boom, send. And immediately I got a text already. So now that's the great thing the buyers are seeing, and they're able to even add additional searches if they want. And it's pretty cool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the agent dashboard. So this is the view that you guys have, right? And so whenever you sign into this program, it's going to show you the dashboard. And look at this. And it says right off the bat, Len Lockery is interested in 11 Cushing Place, number 207. And it shows that I clicked on it and said I was interested in it. It also shows that I opened this email a minute ago. It also shows that 2 minutes ago, I said I was not interested in 12 Larson Circle. But it also has the whole history of what I've done, because I'm my own test client. But I can also see that one of my past sellers, Leonid, he's looking at something at 470 in Nashua, 495 in Nashua. Oh, hey, Jose, he's looking at something in Wakefield for 600. That's pretty good. So all this, so these are the opened emails. Dennis, he actually opened and looked at this property. He's looking for a new apartment. Good for him. So all this information is coming back to you directly, and you see it as it is happening, which really makes it awesome. So also part of this whole dashboard, everything here on your right is how you can go from one section to the next. You can add as many clients as you want. You can set up as many different searches as you want. So let's take a look here at, we can take a look at Dennis here. We're gonna open him up, and he's got his, this is his listing search. He can add a search if he wants. I set this one up for him originally. And then I can also see his profile. It'll switch over, here we go. I can see his recent activity. I can see his details. Now, the great thing about this is I can add additional contacts, additional emails. I can also add additional searches for him. So now I want to go over here to the search. This search is really pretty incredible. So if you are licensed or you work with more than one MLS, you are able to switch different MLSs. So I'm going to switch here to MLS PIN, and I'm going to do a start search. And now the cool thing about this is it's just like any other search, but you have a lot of good ways of doing the search. So you can, decide whether is it going to be all active, or is it going to be those under contract? Is it going to be sold? You can say, hey, is it going to be residential? And let's just do single families. And it's going to come down, and you can put in price ranges.
Oh, sorry. We have a question from Sheila. She said, how do we remove mobile homes from the search? Is this how you do it? By choosing the specific properties?
Yes. Yeah. It will be, yes. And if you come up here, property subtype is here's mobile home. So you might want to make sure that that's not checked. Now I am looking at MLS PIN. Prime MLS might be slightly different. And I apologize, Sheila, I can't remember which MLS you're in, but that would be how you would do it, is you would kind of come in here and click or unclick to narrow down the search. And then the cool thing about, so of course you can do like, minimum bedrooms, bathrooms, year built, whatever. But the really cool thing about this program is it has two ways of doing a location search. You can do the traditional way of saying, okay, I want to look in this town or this zip code and search in that area. But you can also search using the Pitney Bowes geographic boundaries. And this part is really cool because it doesn't rely on the other agent putting the correct information into MLS. It relies on actual locations and everything. And you can narrow this down to, you can just say only these towns or only these zip codes, right? So I can put in 01852, right? And click here, and it's narrowed it down to 8 results, right? Pretty good. Or I can say, and I want this neighborhood, and they also want to, or they would want to be, say, maybe in the Blanchard school district. And if they type in Blanchard, and they have a bunch of choices here, and you come down here to schools, and here's the Blanchard Middle School in Westford. You click here, and it's set up a search area with that border, and it's only going to show them homes in that area. So that really makes it a really good, powerful search that you can really customize for your buyers. So this is the main part of Real Scout, but it has a couple of extra really neat tools with it too. You can, of course, set up market alerts for your buyers or your sellers. You can pick a market area. You can pick the price range, and it'll generate a marketing report for them. But there's also listing tools. That's pretty cool. Right here it says test the market. I can click here. Say you do a CMA for somebody, right? And I'm going to put in my home address, right? And I'm going to go, if I can just spell, Megan Lane, Lowell, boom. And it's a single family. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And let's say my target price is $575, right? And I'm going to generate a preview report. This is going to help you with sellers. When you do a CMA, you're always going to recommend a certain price range for the seller and try and get them into the most marketable price range and everything. But quite often sellers are going to say, well, you know, my house is worth so much more. And what you can do is you could do this report and you can show them. And it's like, yes, we're pretty sure, you know, 575 is the right price range. And they might say, well, I really want to do, you know, up around 600. And you can show them that if you price it too high, in this particular case, you're actually going to lose 29% of your buyers. And if you underprice it some, you'll actually gain 10% of the buyers. So this will help you get into the right price range when you're doing a CMA. The other cool thing here is it does come with a landing page. And the landing page is great because it has its own separate URL that you can put into, say, your email signature. You can put additional places. And when people click on it, it takes them right to your search page, and they sign up on Real Scout for their search. And it's very customizable. And as you can see, the default is with the Golden Gate Bridge, which doesn't work for us, right? But if I click here, it's going to show you that I updated my page. So it's got a house with a lion in it and everything else. And it also has, there we go, past sales. So they can come in here and they can start doing a search and signing up on your website that way. So, so those are the highlights of Real Scout. It's a great program. Definitely, when you get it, definitely go in, play around with it. And with any marketing whatsoever, always set yourself up as a test subject. So always sign yourself up on these pages too. So, all right, so that's Real Scout. Let's talk about Cloud CMA. Now, one of the easiest ways to get to Cloud CMA is, depends on your MLS. You can sign in to your MLS, and there'll be a link there somewhere to take you to Cloud CMA. So I'm just going to go ahead and click here. Now, the great thing about Cloud CMA is that you can, it depends on your MLS system. Quite a few of them will allow you to pick and choose which properties you want and do your search through MLS and then import them directly into your CMA. Others, sometimes you'll have to cut and paste the MLS ID numbers into the search. With Cloud CMA, when you first sign up, it's not going to be connected to LAER, and you're not going to see all the LAER pages that we've added. So it's very important that you come over here, and if you haven't already put your photo in, you would have maybe your initials, and it's probably going to be green. And click here, and you want to go to account settings. So now one of the things is, because I'm in 2 different MLSs, it's always going to default to one of them. So quite often when I come in, it depends on whether I want Massachusetts or New Hampshire. I always have to come in and change my login credentials. And in this case, it always switches me to New Hampshire. Let me just update this. Boom, boom. Right. All right. So now when you first get in and you want to set it up for the first time, you want to come here to where it says your profile, and you want to come down here to the third line. It's extremely important that the third line, the company name, reads exactly LAER Realty Partners. Now I know we always abbreviate and just say LAER or LAER Realty or LAER Bowen. But for this program, it's extremely important that you say LAER Realty Partners, and that is one of the ways it knows how to connect to the LAER branding and everything. So let me take you inside one of the CMAs. It's really super easy to use. We'll go into this one. And the way to start is you would put in your client's information. You would type in the address. And as you type in the address, it's going to have a drop down, and you can pick and choose the exact address, and it'll pull in some of the tax data, like 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1280 square feet living space. And then here you can either cut and paste your MLS ID numbers in, or you can let the program do the search for you yourself, right? And all you would do is just leave everything blank here and just say update listings. And what it's going to do is it's going to do a search, and it's going to pull in the listings, and it's going to pull in more than what you're going to use, but it will pick and choose, and you'll be able to scroll down a list and say, yes, I want to use that one. I don't want to use this one. And as you can see, some have already been pre-checked. Some of them have been unchecked. And as you go through, it'll give you kind of an idea and price range of where this property will be. All right, so now here's the most important part, is customizing your report. Now, if you come in here, and I've already added all the LAER pages, but let me just remove a couple of pages. Over here on the left-hand side, you're going to have all your different folders. If you have a page here and it says they're asking you to add and pay for premium pages, say like from Tom Ferry or something, it means you still need to do a little bit more setup to get the LAER pages in. And it's right here on the theme right here. If you click here and you were to come in and it had originally been, say, red and steel blue, right? And that was the theme, right? You would know then you would need to come down here, scroll all the way up to the top, and the second part is going to say branded. And if you have the company name in correctly, your only choice is going to be for the LAER Realty Partners. You choose this theme, and now every page is going to be automatically in the LAER colors. It's going to have the LAER logo at the bottom, and it's going to also give you the option of putting in all the additional LAER pages, the mission, the LAER cares, best places to work, photography, and everything else. And if you want to add a page or subtract a page, you just click on the plus or a minus. If you want to preview it ahead of time, you click on the eyeball, and you can see the marketing department did an awesome job on this. And it's going to have all the LAER colors, all the LAER logos, everything else. And as you come down here, it's the whole CMA and everything. Everything is going to have, let's take a look at this one. I think this is going to have it here. It's all going to have the LAER colors, the LAER logo. It's going to have your information at the bottom. Yep, there it is. And that's with all the LAER branding that's been added. So this is a really good, powerful program. It's easy to use. And then also just to let you know is we are in the middle of updating a couple pages. So hopefully next week we'll have some new pages for you to add. So hope all that makes sense. Is everybody good?
All right. Yep. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Len.
You're welcome.
All right. Let me go back to our program guide. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back at our LAER program and services guide. So basically what you just got to see is a little background. So Cloud CMA, everybody gets at LAER. What Len just showed you is how to hook up to ours to make sure that you're getting our version of it and not the free version that might come with your MLS. So Cloud CMA is separate from the $39 per month tech bundle. $39 a month tech bundle includes Isact, which is a CRM, like a database, plus a set it and forget it marketing system, a Boston Logic website, and then the property search to replace an MLS property search. So one thing I would add to your top 5 things to go execute on after you leave here today, if you don't have one already, you must have some sort of place where you're keeping your database. So I would put that as something that you should go execute on, like building a place where you have a database, and it should have some sort of set it and forget it marketing so that you're beginning to market to everybody in your database system. So next up, I'm going to invite Sergio to come on. Sergio heads up our marketing department. If you're a LAER agent, I mentioned you get lots of marketing stuff. Every time you get a new listing, we do your marketing as well. Once a week, we do all of your social media pieces. So I'm going to invite Sergio on just for a few minutes to talk about LAER marketing. So welcome, Sergio.
Thanks, Stacy. Let me share my screen. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Right, like Stacey was saying, we have tons of resources for agents here at LAER. And one of the resources we have is this LAER marketing bundle. So when your home as a LAER realty agent, when it hits the MLS, when it goes live on the MLS, our team gets to work. So we start creating a marketing bundle. Marketing bundle is a packet that includes a listing brochure, which you can print out, and some social media pieces, just listed, just sold, open house. It follows the whole transaction process. So you get this email, and then, you know, we also get requests for like just sold pieces after a home sells. If you go back to the same email, you'll find that we already have a just sold piece ready for you. Now you'll receive an email just like this from our happy agents at LAER Realty account. If you feel like you're not getting these, please let us know. We'll make sure that it's all being sent to the right location. But again, the email is very simple. It looks just like this. It congratulates you on your new listing, and you'll see some buttons. One is to download the bundle. And if I click on this first one, it'll take me to Google Drive, where I can then, for example, download this brochure as a PDF. Now this one's special because Jay specifically requested a four-page brochure, and I can show you what that looks like. It's a really awesome brochure, especially if you went out and, you know, Jay got the nice drone photos and everything to really showcase his property. This prints out on 11 by 17 paper and folds in half. You do have to request these ahead of time. You can either use the form that we provide, and I'll show you where to get that, or you can just send us an email at Happy Agents and we will get to work on that. But that's one of the options we have. Normally you would get this standard page brochure, which again prints out. It's really nice. You can download this as a PDF. And then we also include social media pieces. We have open house, again, just listed, for sale, etc. Now, we are also including in this email Canva templates. So we have a Canva template for your brochure. As long as you're signed into Canva, as long as you're logged into Canva, you will be able to open this up. And we've made sure that with the free version of Canva, you can come in and edit and make any changes you'd like, specifically for these for these bundles. Now, if you need to make any changes, and what I'm going to do is create a copy of this because that is a live listing. If I need to make any changes, for example, you had a price improvement, you can very easily just click in here, change it to something else, and then share, download. Now you can download this as a PDF to print out. If you have Canva Pro, you can download this as CMYK and send this out to a service like Staples to get some even more professionally printed copies. But you also have the option of downloading this as, you know, a PNG if you want to send it via email. You have tons of options. Now, in the same email, we also include social media pieces, and it's the same thing. So you can come in here, update anything. I'll make a copy of this as well. And now I can come in here, and if I want to update this photo to another one, I'll just grab a random picture that I have here. It's very easy. You just click on upload photos, upload files. You choose a photo that you want to feature. You let it upload. This is just an example. This is a different house, but I can just grab this and click and drag it over. It snaps right into place. So we try to create these designs with frames so you can just grab any image, and as long as you're hovering over it, you can snap them into place. Now, you might find that you want this image to go to this right-hand side, but it might snap into this first one. As long as you don't let go of the mouse, you can just drag it all the way to the side and then let go, and it'll snap right into place. Now we can come in here and click on share, download, and I can download a new piece. Now, most of the time you won't have to do this, but this comes in handy when you do have something like a price change. And speaking of that, we also include all the way at the bottom a few different pieces that we don't customize for you because we don't have that information yet. We have a price change. This isn't included in that folder, but we already have design ready for you. When you do have a price change, and we're seeing more of these, you can come in here, edit it, and then download. We also have back on market and some customizable open house ones. Now, this one we already customized for Jay. He already had an open house yesterday, but he can come in here, and if he has a new one for Sunday, he can make a new copy and then add his date and time, and then download and share very easily on social media. One thing that I like about Canva is that he can come in here, click on share. There is a button that says share on social, and you can share directly from Canva to, for example, Twitter, Facebook, as long as you have an account connected. Connecting an account is very easy. You just follow the instructions. We don't have anything connected to this specific account, but you can connect to your Facebook page. And then when you share, you want to share the specific page. So if you have like an upcoming open house, make sure that you name this. If you know the next one is going to be on Sunday, the 4th. When you click on share and then share to social media, as long as page 9 is selected, it will post that page. And that way you don't have to download and then re-upload to Facebook. You can do that and schedule it all from Canva. If you have Canva Pro, you also have access to the scheduling calendar where you can schedule out not just your social media posts for your listing, but any social media post. So that is the marketing bundle. If you want to request a bundle ahead of time, if we go back to LAER Agent Services, marketing, branding, presentations, and almost anything that's marketing, you'll find here in this section. And you'll notice one that says special marketing requests. You can come in here and request a bundle ahead of time. Remember to give us as much information as you can, especially if your home is not on the MLS yet. You do have the option of uploading pictures. You can upload the original files, or if you got a link from your photographer, you can also share that with us. And that's great because we have the original link to the original photos. That comes in handy if you are requesting a 4-page brochure. We make sure that we have the highest resolution photos available. So that is the LAER marketing bundle. Now, Stacy already covered the social media pieces, but I wanted to show you a couple of things about it. So this is what the text looks like. It comes from this number. It'll always come from this number. If you, for some reason, don't want to receive these, you can just reply stop. We have opted everybody in. If you want to get them, if you feel like you accidentally opted out, you can let us know and we can re-add you. It's very easy. Just click on this link and it will take you to this page here, which this we send at the beginning of the week. So you have all your social media ready for the entire week. Posting is very easy. For example, we have this backyard patio. Well, let's choose this one. The social media post for the current market. All we do is click on download image. Now I can just click on this download button. It'll download to my computer. And then I can go back to our page here to where we had our social media and then click on copy text. You just have to click it once. And I know that my text has now been copied to my clipboard. So this is a little test Facebook page that I have here for testing out things. I can click on add a photo or video. Here is my post. And then I can right click and paste. And you can do this on your phone as well. And we have our suggested caption here. Now our suggested caption is a suggestion. So you can come in here, you can add or remove things. Make sure that you add your information in this block here where it says I make connecting easy. Make sure you update this. If you don't want to include this, you can just highlight this and remove it. Same with all the hashtags. We try to give you as much as we can. And then if you want to add or remove as you see fit, you can do that. Now in Facebook, you can post right away, or if you might notice a button right next to it that says schedule post, you can click this and you can do this at the beginning of the week and say like, okay, on Saturday, I want this to go out at like 1:30 p.m. Click on schedule. And you'll get a confirmation from Facebook. It's kind of hanging. There we go. Now you won't see it appear right away on your feed. That's because this is your live feed. But on the left-hand side, on your Facebook page, if you scroll down, you will see scheduled posts, a button for scheduled posts, and you'll see that this is on the dock, ready to post. Now you can reschedule it if you need to. Or if you just want to post it now, you can click post now and it will post to your Facebook feed, just like this. Now, this feature is mainly for your Facebook page, for your business page. You might not have access to this on a personal account, but we always recommend having a business account for things like this. And that is the social media. Again, you will receive an email that looks just like this. Same deal. You just click on this download to download the image. Now for this, we don't have a button that says copy. You will have to highlight the suggested caption and then copy. But that's another way of getting it. And if for some reason you just want to post, you want to schedule everything at the beginning of the month, there is that button that says weekly social media assistant. This gives you the whole month. You can sort by week. And when you do have time and you want to sit down and schedule your posts, you can do that with this page open, and you can have your scheduler open on another tab. And that does it. Any other questions?
No, that was awesome. Thank you, Sergio.
Of course.
I do want to quickly answer a question that Jackie had regarding Real Scout. Does Real Scout replace a traditional website? So the answer is Real Scout is more important, first of all, than a traditional website, because it's going to set up your clients in searches, which is very important. A couple things I'll say. First of all, I don't think a website is super important for business anymore. However, one of the things we teach in the algorithm class is that every real estate agent should go in and Google themselves. So go Google yourself, your name with real estate. your name with the town that you're located in, and see what comes up on the first page of a Google search. Now, if you have a website, normally the website is going to come up as on the first page of a Google search when somebody searches you. This is really important because we live in a day and age where people Google you. So anytime people meet strangers in the world we live in, usually the first thing they're going to do when they get introduced to a stranger, whether it's real estate or not real estate, or it's your son is dating a new girl, the first thing that you're going to do is Google the person. So it's really important that you go Google yourself and look at the first page of the Google search and make sure that all of the pages that come up on the first page are accurate about you. That means it has a professional photo. It's got the company you work at, and not like an old company from 3 years ago. And it has a nice bio. Doesn't necessarily have to be your website, but the upside to also having a website is usually the website is going to be on the first page of your Google search, and you can control what is on there. So that kind of answers the question, but definitely, I think it's not about, definitely, if I had to pick one between Real Scout and a website, I would probably do Real Scout. But also, with that being said, I would go do a Google search of myself just to see what comes up and make sure all those pages that come up on a first page of a website would make somebody want to hire you. One of the first steps we do in the algorithm class is we say, if you Googled you, would you hire you? So that's really important. So Google yourself and then start working at rebuilding whatever's coming up on the first page. By the way, that's why we spend so much time making sure agents have access to great social media. Because the other thing that usually shows up on the first page of your Google search for your name is your social media, like your Facebook and Instagram will probably come up on the first page of your Google search. So when somebody lands on that, you want somebody to be able to look at your Facebook page quickly or your Instagram and say, yeah, this person sells real estate, and not just look at it and say, you don't want somebody to question it. Like, does this person really sell real estate? There's nothing real estate on here. So that's why look at the first page of the Google search.
Yeah, one
Okay,
thing one thing I do recommend for landing pages like this is setting up something like Linktree, where you can have links to your Real Scouts, your exact page to sign up for your newsletter, and then links to your social media and website. It just makes it easy to bring everything together in one place, and then you can have that as, you know, the link in your bio. So Linktree, I'll put it in here.
Is there a cost to that?
I think you can use it for free, but as with everything, there is sort of a pro version that you can use.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say is that, like, after, more than 20 years in the business, it used to be that the website was your centerpiece of marketing, but it's not anymore. But you still do need to have a place where people can find you. So a website is important, but it's not your most important piece.
Absolutely. Next, just quickly for LAER agents, this week we went live with our new Boost by Home Spotter program. This is our way to help you guys get more leads on your listing. So if you listed a house this week, you will get an email notification that we're boosting the advertisement. Sergio, did we get the training class recorded for that yet?
Yeah, I just got the recording. We will upload that to our YouTube training channel. Look out for that. One thing to keep in mind is if you subscribe to that YouTube training channel, when there is a new video uploaded, you will get a notification on your email. So definitely subscribe to that and you'll get all of our latest training and all of our updates.
Okay, that's youtube.com/LAER training. Because if you just do the LAER one, we have 2 YouTube stations. One is for like customers, like buyers and sellers of real estate. The one that you guys want is the real estate one that has tons of training. So go to youtube.com/LAER training and subscribe to that. So every time we add a new class, you get notified. But today you'll be able to go, if you are a LAER agent and you missed the class on the boost, how the boost works, you can go watch that class. By the way, even if you missed it, we're boosting your listing. So it's working for you, whether or not you know how to use it. But it'd be worth going and taking that short program just to see how the system works, how you could change your ads or extend your ads. But we're doing 7 days of paid advertising on every new listing. It's automated. You'll get an email saying your ad's about to go live. You're not paying for it. You only pay for it if you extend the ad or do a different ad beyond what we're doing for you. So we have LAER University. LAER University is wonderful, but you can get most of it at youtube.com/LAER training. I mentioned our coaching program earlier. If you're a LAER agent, you need an extra level of accountability. Coached agents usually start earning faster because they have direction and accountability. Just go to laerrealty.com/LAER coaching to learn about that. Participate. If you're a LAER agent, I mean, in New England, Florida, we constantly have LAER events. So participate, go meet fellow agents. There's such a unbelievable opportunity to network with agents from all different marketplaces, which means potential referral business. There's a couple pages on here for LAER agents on just getting paid. We're very proud of the fact we make it very simple to get paid at LAER. Sometimes with the large, big name brokerages out there that are publicly traded, their listing and buyer packages are very complicated because they have shareholders. They're actually protecting the shareholder first and the customer second. The paperwork we require as a brokerage is what is required by law in each state. So we don't have like this massive and extra 10 forms that the client has to sign. We require what the law requires, and we put the customer first, not a shareholder first. This page is really important for everybody. This is on the LAER Program and Services Guide. It's on page 22. These are on the left-hand side are all the companies you can sign up for to get referral fee-based lead platforms. So this page is set up. So on the left side is referral fee-based lead platforms. That's companies that will send you leads. And if you close the lead, you have to pay a referral fee. The other side is subscription-based lead platforms. Those are companies that say, pay us monthly and we'll generate leads for you. If you're a newer agent, you're much better off going with a referral fee-based lead platform. That means you pay a referral fee if a transaction closes. Many of these companies, when you sign up, will say they have a waiting list. Sign up anyways. I'm seeing a lot of these waiting lists now accepting people. We've had agents on the Veterans United waiting list since last summer who are now getting accepted into the program. We're going to see a lot of attrition in our business. Many agents get out of the business in the next 2 years, which means these referral platforms are going to be opening up. So if you see a waiting list for one of these referral fee-based lead platforms, don't get discouraged and back away and say, I'm not signing up. I'll never get on. No, absolutely sign up for the waiting list because many of them are now accepting new candidates. You got to see a presentation on Cloud CMA today. Also, as a reminder, we do have live yoga every Wednesday morning. Please feel free. You can find this on our laerrealty.com/training. You can see upcoming training classes, but each week we do have our live training, our live yoga classes. We'd love to have you participate. This is just a new supply directory of some additional companies that have printing, like LAER printed products, business cards, etc. If you're an agent that needs support when it comes to transaction coordinating, we also have a fantastic transaction coordination team. This is for agents that hate paperwork. If you want to basically hire an assistant that handles all of the paperwork on your transactions, that's what the transaction coordinating team can do for you. If you have questions about it, you can just email happyagent@laerrealty.com. and we'll have one of our team members do a free consultation for you. And then last, if you're a LAER agent, I strongly recommend, if you want to have a voice in what tools, training, technology our brokerage offers in the future, join one of our committees. Everything good that we have at our company is a byproduct of what our agents tell us they want and need for a successful business. So just join a committee. That's where we get all of the best ideas, and we'd love to have you as part of the committees. You can go to LAER Realty, LAER Realty.com/committees and find out about the different committees. This week, I know our leadership group, we have a new wellness committee that's starting as well. So stay tuned for that. You got to hear from Craig today about our sustainability initiatives. As well, we've been going systematically throughout all of our offices, updating and upgrading and remodeling. We believe the offices we have are energy, and they contribute to the success of agents. So we've been upgrading art and stuff like that throughout the offices. Last, these are all of our office locations. So if you're an agent, you want to access, if you're a LAER agent, you would like to access any of our office locations, they're yours. So feel free to go meet customers. You can go on the weekends. If you need to access an office, just go to laerrealty.com/office access. Select the office you would like to have access to. It'll have you put in your name, your LAER email address, and the system will email you all the information you need to get into that office. With that, we are at the end of our program. I do want to quickly say, if you enjoyed today's program and you are not a LAER agent, but you're interested in learning more about LAER, we'd love to talk to you. Just email happyagent@laerrealty.com, and we're happy to set up a call, just a confidential call, to see if you think the tools, training, technology available at LAER could further enhance your business. And with that, for all of our LAER agents that joined us today, thank you for spending the day with us. And if we can help you with anything in your business, same thing, email happyagent@laerrealty.com, and we would love to support you. Thank you, Sergio, Len, Craig, for another great boot camp, and we will see everybody next month, first Friday of every month, for the LAER Real Estate Tools Boot Camp. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.